far as the Congress is concerned. How, when, one has to wait and watch. This definitely puts him in a weaker position at the moment. Rishika.
Well, it definitely puts him in a weaker position, but there are going to be several questions now, Veera, that are going to be asked. And of course, you know, like you explained at the very outset, I think it's important to remember that this is not a verdict per se in terms of the Muda case. This is only a verdict that has gone against the Chief Minister in favor of the Governor, allowing for an investigation to take place. So I think that's important. There is no presumption of guilt.
You made the point of Arvind Kejriwal. This is being seen as a political case, Raj Bhavan versus state government. So the question of moral authority, when you are being probed, will come into light. And yes, I think the crucial question that you pointed out, will he have the backing that Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi Party gave to Arvind Kejriwal? Or will there be internal factions in the Congress? And there are internal factions in the Congress. I think it will unravel later than sooner.
Well, Delhi is a small state and Aam Aadmi Party is a much smaller party. The game is very different when it comes to the Congress. But Pratibha, both Veera and I were trying to ask you that question earlier. So if you can hear us at the moment, what are you picking up from your sources? How is this likely to hit the Congress politically speaking, or rather the defectors within the Congress or those eyeing the Chief Minister's post?
Well, even though they have been eyeing the Chief Minister's post, all of them have been maintaining one stand, and that is that the Chief Minister's post is not vacant right now. And they have also been suggesting that the High Command is also standing with the Chief Minister at this point in time, and that the judge has already pointed out, yes, this paves the way forward with respect to the investigation in the Muda scam. And until then, whether the political future of Mr Siddaramaiah as the Chief Minister of Karnataka will continue or not remains a key question right now. However, the Chief Minister as well as other Congress leaders have maintained that this will have absolutely no impact on Siddaramaiah's continuance as the Chief Minister, but all eyes are on how this would really pave the way in terms of the strategy that would play out. One is definitely to approach the Supreme Court, for which Mr T.J. Abraham has already answered, stating that this would definitely be fought at the Supreme Court as well. In fact, I have with me one other petitioner, Mr Snehamai Krishna, who had also approached the police earlier as far as the Muda allegations go, all of them claiming that they would be fighting this at the Supreme Court as well. But in terms of this particular Muda allegation, the BJP definitely went hammer and tongs demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah there. And we'll have to wait to see the kind of reactions that we would pick up from the BJP. We have with us the petitioners. I'm going live on NDTV. If you can just give us one or two reactions.
ಸರ್, ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜಯ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಜಯ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಥರ ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಯಾವ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ದುರ್ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಕ್ರಮ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಗಳಿಸೋಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯ ಗಂಟೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾಕೆಂತೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶವೂ ಅದೇ, ಈ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ದುರ್ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಯಲಿಗೆ ಇಳೋದು ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ.
ನೀವು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಹೋರಾಟವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ದಾಖಲಾತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಿಎಂ ಅವರ ಪಾತ್ರ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆರೋಪಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಾಳಿಗಳು. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಸಿಎಂ ಅವರ ಪಾತ್ರ?
ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರೋಪಿಗಳು ತಾವು ಏನು ಅಪರಾಧ ಕೃತ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸಾಬೀತುಪಡಿಸೋ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅವರ ಪಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು
His point is definitely to suggest that the Chief Minister did misuse his powers in terms of the land allotment there, and this definitely proves to be a key example as far as those people in power as well as public servants are concerned. This would definitely work as a warning symbol as well as a wake-up sign for different other legislators as well. But we'll have to wait to see what would be the reaction that we would pick up from the Chief Minister there.
Well, that's a very important point that, all are essentially, yes, that's an important point that all are essentially equal in the eyes of the law, and what this verdict has essentially done today is allow for a free and fair probe to take place against the Chief Minister. But the larger question also remains not just what is going to happen within the Congress, but what's going to be the strategy of the BJP going forward, because they are going to continue to up the ante against the Chief Minister.
Rishi,
Well, they have been relentlessly protesting and demanding the resignation of the Chief Minister.
Yes.
And this would definitely be one of the milestones achieved by the BJP, has been one of the reactions that we've picked up from their end. But this would also pave the way forward in terms of the permission for prosecution that is lying with the governor as far as other opposition leaders are concerned. And that has been another strategy that would also be adopted by the Congress, because time and again they have been speaking about the preferential treatment given by the governor as far as the permission for prosecution is concerned. One, with respect to the Chief Minister, and two, with respect to the BJP leaders or the JDS leaders there.
Right,
Back
Veera,
to
you wanted to come in.
Importantly, just adding to it, look, Rishika, there are two very important aspects one need to take out of the Muda controversy. What was Siddaramaiah's great stature in Karnataka politics compared to, let's say, DK Shivkumar? It's that he had a clean image, that there was no charge of corruption against him, there was no case that he was trapped in. That is where the biggest weakness comes. It's that image that takes a dent with the Muda controversy, and that's why his negotiating power and his stature as the tallest leader for Karnataka, along with, B.S. Yediyurappa is the other leader as far as Karnataka politics is concerned, who has the stature of Siddaramaiah. Yediyurappa was tainted by corruption charges, and Siddaramaiah stood above the rest because he did not face a case of corruption. Now, when there is prosecution, remember that stature takes a dent. He is one of the longest serving chief ministers in Karnataka, the only chief minister to have completed a full 5-year term and returned to office in the last, in many years. I'm not sure there is an example in history of a chief minister who's completed a full 5-year term and then returned to office. Why was that possible? Because of that stature. Now, that's what's taken a dent as far as the Muda controversy is concerned. The political jostling in public, there will be a united front put up by the Congress, a categorical united front put up by the Congress for the moment. But over a period of time, the political jostling will intensify in Karnataka.
Yes, also, political jostling in terms of, I remember when the Congress won the election in Karnataka, there was a lot of talk between how the Congress is going to play that balancing act between a DK Shivkumar, who's known as the troubleshooter of the party, vis-a-vis Siddaramaiah, who's clearly the mass leader as far as the Congress in Karnataka is concerned. But having said that, Veera, just stepping aside from the politics of it all, at the moment we're getting live visuals on our screens, and those, I'm told, are from outside Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's residence, where security has been beefed up. Now, as we said earlier as well, there's been a notification that has been issued. Bengaluru and other parts of Karnataka have been put on high alert following this verdict. So, Veera, that's a very real, thing as well. The fact that there's been a high alert that's been sounded, the law and order situation in the city of Bengaluru and the state of Karnataka, are being closely monitored at the moment in order to avoid any untoward incidents, or even protesters have been asked to all go to Freedom Park.
I think
they are anticipating some kind of protest or trouble.
No, I think it's purely just a precautionary measure. Okay. I think given the fact that Siddaramaiah is at the helm of affairs, and Siddaramaiah is the administration is firmly with the Congress, and it's an extremely stable administration, I think that would be an extreme thought. It's I think an extreme, that would be something that we don't need to think about at this stage. But yes, as a precautionary measure, given the political sensitivity of this verdict, given the political implications of this verdict, just to avoid any kind of protest by any side, which can, disrupt traffic or result in any kind of problems locally is really the concern. Nothing beyond that. I think we can discount that possibility at the moment.
Okay, so more precautionary than anything else, but an alert anyway. Live visuals that we're getting to you from outside the Chief Minister's residence. Several angles to this big developing story on NDTV. It's a big setback for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Essentially, the Karnataka High Court today has validated the governor's decision of ordering a probe against the Chief Minister in the alleged Muda scam. This is a land allotment scam where land norms were violated and higher price land allegedly awarded to the Chief Minister's wife. Many questions now will need to be answered. A probe will be conducted against the Chief Minister. He'd, of course, petitioned the court saying that, the governor's order of ordering a probe should be stopped in its track. But no interim stay. The probe will begin. And there will be political ramifications for the Congress party. There will be rumblings within the Congress party and, of course, several attacks from the BJP. We'll get you a 360-degree view on this big developing story. Both Veera and Pratibha will continue to be live with us. Short break. We'll bring you a lot more on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक करें फ्री में पैसाबाजार.com पर। लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
ठीक से एक्टिंग नहीं।
पैसाबाजार.com।
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
बस एक्टिंग करा लो इनसे।
पैसाबाजार.com, क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक, आदत अच्छी है।
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter.
And impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From Maximum City, Mumbai,
To the seat of power, Delhi.
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show. Breakfast news on NDTV. 8 a.m. every day.
Election sunrise is on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of
Welcome back. You're watching our continuous coverage of the big Muda verdict that's been delivered in the Karnataka High Court. Essentially, the Karnataka High Court has allowed for a probe to be conducted against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The Muda scam, as it's called, involves discrepancies in land allotment. Some beneficiaries allegedly got more compensation. Land allotment was done in areas with inflated values, and the Karnataka Chief Minister's wife allegedly was allotted a higher price land. The allegation against the Chief Minister is that norms are violated to allot that higher price land to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's wife. The Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot had ordered for a probe, had given his assent for a probe to take place against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Chief Minister had petitioned the Karnataka High Court to essentially halt that probe against him, saying the governor has to act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. But the Karnataka High Court, in its wisdom, has said that no, there are exceptional circumstances under which the governor can essentially go ahead and order that probe. And therefore, now the Muda scam, as it's called, will be probed, and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's role will be under the scanner. That's a nutshell of the developments that have taken place so far. What does this mean politically for the state of Karnataka? NDTV's Veera Raghav continues to be live with us. We're also joined by BJP spokesperson Prashant GS and Congress spokesperson Lavanya Balal. The BJP spokesperson, Prashant, to you first, your first reaction to the verdict in the Karnataka High Court.
See, we welcome the law of the land, we welcome the judgment, and we sincerely hope that Siddaramaiah stays true to his words, who in the past had spoken about Yediyurappa when the matter came up in the case of Yediyurappa 10 years ago, saying, if at all something against me is sanctioned, I am the first one to resign. Now, we are waiting for CM's resignation. He ought to have resigned half an hour back, if not, so it's already delayed. So the man who claims himself to be a champion of social justice and that he has always stood up for poor, now he stands in the court as accused. The sanction has been given to conduct the inquiry. So impartial inquiry to be conducted, which means CM should step down immediately. There is no truth in it, and BJP would demand that CM should now resign immediately, because now he cannot say his appeal will be pending in the Supreme Court or he wants to file an appeal. He can take any legal recourse, but pending investigation, subject to the High Court order now, he is supposed to resign on moral, ethical and legal grounds as well.
All right, so the BJP there demanding that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah take the high moral ground and step down, considering the fact that he is now officially been pronounced as an accused in the Muda case. Lavanya Balal, how do you respond to what your counterpart has said?
We seem to have lost Lavanya Balal's link for a bit there, but I can tell you what Congress leaders are telling Prashant. The Congress leaders who I've spoken to off the record are telling me Yediyurappa took many months of cajoling, convincing by the BJP leadership to resign even after allegations were made against him. So Siddaramaiah still has time. They say due process is still pending.
No,
matter will go to the Supreme Court. Hang on, Prashant, I'm not a Congress spokesperson. I'm just putting in front of you the facts that's there. So the Congress leaders are saying, A, that there is still room for legal recourse. He can go to Supreme Court, A. B, they're saying that what the High Court has done is upheld the governor's right to sanction prosecution. And now the matter will go to the elected representatives court, which can order a probe into the Chief Minister. Let the probe findings come out. We have faith in the judicial process. If there is proven guilty, we will take action. Why are you jumping the gun right now? There are several BJP leaders against whom cases are pending who have not withdrawn. That's the line from the Congress already, Mr. Prashant. Are you jumping the gun and demanding Minister's resignation?
No. We are not jumping the gun. Because if at all Congress is saying that Yediyurappa ji took longer time, Siddaramaiah has always said he will not do it. Which means he's always in the past said, look, I am unlike Mr. Yediyurappa, I would have resigned on the spot. Please replay the tapes of Siddaramaiah in the past. So therefore, now Congress now cannot say, we will wait for the probe. Why? Let him take that moral high ground and resign. And if he is actually clean like he proclaims him to be, let him come back and occupy the chair. If at all Congress is willing to give
no moral low ground in Indian
we
politics.
have more
There is no moral high
reactions.
ground.
We have more reactions coming in. We're unfortunate that the Congress spokesperson isn't here to answer those questions directly,
No,
but
they
I think
won't
Veera has
answer.
put forward
Veera, you
what
need to
the
know they
view
won't
of the
answer.
Congress party is generally. B.Y. Vijendra also holding a press conference at the moment. We have to dip in and listen in.
ಪಾಲರು ತಮ್ಮ ವಿವೇಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಬಳಸಿ ಅವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ
After considering all the facts that the governor had given permission to prosecute.
ನೀಡಿದ್ರು. ಏನ್ ಬೊಬ್ಬೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನವರು. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಆದಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಸಚಿವರು, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳು, ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಕೈಬೊಂಬೆಯಾಗಿ ವರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಜಕೀಯಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಗೂಬೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ರು. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವತಃ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಇದನ್ನ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
The Chief Minister had challenged that order in the High Court.
ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ ವಿರೋಧ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ವಾದ ಆದ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ
After listening to all arguments,
ರಾಜ್ಯ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಇವತ್ತು ತೀರ್ಪನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದೆ. ಆ ತೀರ್ಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
the High Court verdict is clear.
ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಅರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ ವಜಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಕಾನೂನುಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ಕ್ರಮಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು
on the part of the governor to have
ಉಚ್ಚ
given the
ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
sanction for prosecution according to the High Court. The High Court has ruled
ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು
that it is
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನ
correct on the part of the governor, the action
ಬಹಳ
taken.
ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶರು ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಂಶ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕಾನೂನು ಎದುರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಅನ್ನುವ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು
Law is equal before for everyone. The High Court has upheld that.
ಈ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಪು ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಗ್ರಹವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರೋಪ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಬದಿಗಿಟ್ಟು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ತೀರ್ಪನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು. ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ತೀರ್ಪನ್ನ ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು.
I request Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to honor the High Court's verdict.
ಆರೋಪ ಬಂದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಕುಟುಂಬವೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಮೂಡ ಹಗರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರೋಪ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ
The allegations are categorically against the Chief Minister and his family of having benefited the land allotment scheme.
ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ನೀಡಬೇಕು.
I request the Chief Minister to honor the High Court verdict and resign from his Chief Minister. So the BJP officially demanding Chief Minister's resignation.
Bharatiya Janata Party has relentlessly fighting against this corrupt Congress government. From last 2 months, we have been fighting against corrupt Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji. We have been fighting against this corrupt Congress government. In Estate Development Corporation scam, Chief Minister himself had agreed on the floor of the House. Yes, scam has taken place in Estate Development Corporation. More than 87 crores has been looted by Congress government. And the concerned minister Nagendra was forced to resign. And then after, when Bharatiya Janata Party took up the issue of Mysore Muda scam, where Chief Minister's family is a direct beneficiary in this Mysore Muda scam. And the allegation is against the Chief Minister himself.
He's speaking in English.
When Bharatiya Janata Party and JDS wanted to discuss on the floor of the House, when the Assembly was in session, hurriedly, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji, very smartly, he is constituted single-man inquiry commission by a retired High Court judge. Then itself, doubts arised. We demanded Chief Minister to answer our questions on the floor of the House. But Chief Minister Siddaramaiah chose to run away from the Assembly. After we decided to carry out our protest, after we successfully planned Padayatra against the corrupt Chief Minister, Mysore Chalo, from Bangalore to Mysore, we carried out our Padayatra against the corrupt Chief Minister. During this period, respected Governor received more than 3 petitions, complaints against corruption that has taken place in Muda scam. Allegation was directly against the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr Siddaramaiah ji. So, respected Governor, after consultation and deliberation, respected Governor had given the sanction for prosecution. But Chief Minister and the Congress ministers challenged the order of the Governor, challenged the order of prosecution given by respected Governor. They challenged it in the High Court. So after a detailed argument that had taken place in the High Court, today High Court has come out with a judgment which has clearly said the petition challenged by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been dismissed by the Honorable High Court. At the same time, the judge has observed that all are equal before the law. All are equal before the law. So, Honorable High Court has upheld the order of prosecution given by the Governor. So, at this juncture, I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji to resign from the post of Chief Minister immediately without any further delay. I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji, without wasting any further time, he should tender his resignation immediately. ನೋಡಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ತೀರ್ಪು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ತೀರ್ಪನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಮೂಡ ಹಗರಣದಲ್ಲಿ
All right, so that's the reaction coming in from the BJP, echoing once again the demand for the Chief Minister's resignation. We tried to get in a voice from the Congress spokesperson earlier, but we had lost her line. I believe Lavanya Balal is back with us. Lavanya, quick reaction from you. The BJP continues to echo the demand that the Chief Minister must take the high moral ground given this verdict and resign.
First of all, I think it is a little too premature for us to be discussing this because the judgment, whatever the High Court is going to give, is around 2:30. At this point of time, they have only said that yes, the prosecution can be allowed against the Chief Minister. We stand by the statement that we had made earlier that the Governor should have waited for the judiciary probe before he took action. That is one of the statements that we would like to make. And when they are talking about the moral high ground, I think the moral high ground exists in India only for the Congress party and its leaders, and it does not exist for any of the BJP leaders. And it is pretty rich coming from B.Y. Vijayendra, who's been accused earlier of extortion. His father is accused right now in a POCSO case. So
well, in all fairness, he doesn't occupy the chair of Chief Minister.
He was arrested and jailed for taking bribes when he was a Chief Minister. So when they demand resignation of Shri Siddaramaiah ji, yes, it is their right to demand that. But we also ask, does the same apply for all the union ministers of the BJP government who have failed to deliver their, duties?
Lavanya, less as a spokesperson, more as a political observer, someone who understands Karnataka politics, and obviously you understand the Congress much better than all of us. There's been public statements by some leaders of aspirations to become chief minister. It's an open secret. Do you believe that this verdict puts Siddaramaiah in a weaker position, a little more unstable times for the Congress till you have clarity on this case, A, from the Supreme Court or from the elected representatives' courts? Categorical answer.
Yeah, Raghav, see, the case is almost now 3-4 months old, and see, the intention of the BJP has always been to, to say that Mr. Siddaramaiah is also a corrupt leader. He is one of the biggest mass leaders for the Congress, for the state, and also for the Congress in South India. So once you tarnish his image, the BJP believes that it can destabilize the Congress party. But, like any other political party, things are in place in case there has to be any action taken, and the party is ready for it, and it does not weaken the party in any way, neither will be there any confusion within the party.
Right. Okay, I'm running out of time, but I request both our guests to stay on with us. We're going to slip into a very short break, and we'll be back with a lot more on this big developing story. Short break, back on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं, ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। आज ही जाइए पैसाबाजार.com पर और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत किसी को भी कभी भी पड़ सकती है।
चल एक्टिंग तोड़ भेल बनो।
पैसाबाजार.com।
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From maximum city, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show. Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of maximum city is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital, Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं, ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक करें फ्री में पैसाबाजार.com पर। लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
ठीक से एक्टिंग नहीं।
पैसाबाजार.com।
Election sunrise is on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
New day, new show, a new experience. Good afternoon and welcome back. The Muda verdict in the Karnataka High Court is a big focus story. It's a setback for the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, as the High Court has now allowed for a probe to be conducted against him in the Muda case. We'll get you all the latest on that big story. First up, the headlines. The setback for Karnataka Chief Minister in the Muda case. The Karnataka High Court dismisses Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's plea. He had challenged the governor's not for prosecution. The BJP calls for the Chief Minister's resignation. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, I beg your pardon, hints at a cabinet reshuffle. Speculations rife over Udayanidhi's possible elevation. Stalin's son likely to be made Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister. Mollywood Me Too case, actor Siddiqui's anticipatory bail plea has been rejected. Sources say the rape-accused actor is now mulling moving the Supreme Court. This is the SIT questions actor and CPIM MLA Mukesh in Kochi. And the accused dies in a shootout in a Thane horror autopsy today as the sex assault accused death triggers a political storm. Maharashtra government defense corps alleges a conspiracy. The opposition has, of course, alleged a conspiracy. The SIT has inspected the police van involved in the shootout of the Badlapur suspect. NDTV tracks the poll pulse from ground zero in the battle for Haryana. The big question on whether rebels will play spoil sport for the Congress and the BJP. NDTV speaks with Savitri Jindal, who slammed the BJP, and Chitra Sarwara, who slammed the Congress. Israel strikes a dozen more targets in Lebanon. Thousands flee their homes in South Lebanon. Schools have been shut in northern Israel and Lebanon as the conflict escalates. All right, the Karnataka High Court has dismissed a plea that was filed by the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah challenging the grant of sanction under the Prevention of Corruption Act by the governor to initiate an investigation against him in the Muda land allotment case. The Chief Minister said that this is not something that the governor can in fact do. He challenged the very premise of the governor ordering the probe. The Karnataka High Court in its wisdom has said that under exceptional circumstances, the government is very well within its rights. The governor, I beg your pardon, is well within his rights to do so and therefore dismissed his petition. Well, joining me at the moment, we have NDTV's Veera Raghav. He's been decoding what this essentially means for the bigger picture in Karnataka. We're also joined by Prashant GS, spokesperson of the BJP, Lavanya Balal, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Our colleague Pratibha Raman will also be live with us in just a moment. But Veera Raghav, to you first, big political implications in the light of the big verdict that's been delivered in the Karnataka High Court. Before you answer that, DK Shivkumar speaking. Let's listen in.
ಏನು ಒಂದು ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇದೆ ಆ ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರೋಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಕೊಡುಗೆನ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಸಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವಿಚಾರ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗಿರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಕಿವಿ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇದೆ ತನಿಖೆ ಏನ್ ನಡೀತದೋ ನಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದೇಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಅದೇನು ವಿಚಾರ ನೋಡಿ
I will first have to check the details of the order. I cannot respond to any of your questions right now.
How will you fight it out, sir?
See, there is no question. My Chief Minister has not done anything wrong. He is not involved with any scam. It is a political conspiracy by the BJP to all of us, to all the opposition leaders in the country. This is what is going on. So there is no question of my Chief Minister has done anything wrong. They are creating problem. We stand by him. We support him. He is doing a good work for the country, for the party, and for the state.
Thank you, sir.
It's an important, Rishika, that's a very important political statement coming from the state Congress president, deputy chief minister, and most importantly, the biggest challenger to Siddaramaiah for the post of chief minister, DK Shivkumar, publicly saying, no question of any change. We are completely behind the chief minister. He's done nothing wrong. This is a political controversy. Expect this line to be taken by the Congress categorically. As I mentioned a short while ago, there will be a public display of categorical unity, and this will play out. However, the internal jostling will play out. That's a different issue, and perhaps the power balance and power equations will change at a later date. Remember, two very important aspects. One is the legal aspect. The other is the political aspect. What happens now? What the High Court has done by dismissing the Chief Minister's petition, challenging the governor's sanction of prosecution under PCA, is now allowed the Court of Elected Representatives to order a probe. It's vacated the stay that it had given. The Court of Elected Representatives will now order a probe against the Chief Minister based on the complaints that's been filed by the activists. The Chief Minister's legal recourse will be to move to the Supreme Court. What has the High Court based its orders on? As I said, 2004 Madhya Pradesh High Court order, which said that the governor can act despite the advice of the cabinet of ministers. Here, the Congress argued that the cabinet's advice may not be immediately assumed to be biased by the governor, and he should go by the advice of the Council of Ministers. So that's as far as the legal fallout is concerned. Politically, you've heard the first political statements coming from the BJP demanding the Chief Minister's resignation. The Congress putting up a very strong defense, saying that there's nothing wrong in this scam and there has been no illegalities and that they're backing the Chief Minister. It will be very interesting to watch how the internal political equations in Karnataka Congress and the adjustment politics, as it's called in Karnataka, between the several power lobbies in the state work out, play out over the next few days, few months.
And you know, Veera, one of the things I remember after that stupendous victory for the Congress party in the assembly elections, when there was question mark over who is going to be the next chief minister, as far as the Congress is concerned, one of the things that was stacked up in favor of Siddaramaiah was the fact that he had a clean, unscathed image. That, of course, along with, you know, the social justice pitch that he made and the fact that he's a tall mass leader. So that first point of that clean, unscathed image is something that now comes under scrutiny. It comes under question with the Karnataka High Court allowing for this investigation to take place. But before we bring you back into the conversation, before we go to the political guest, let's just quickly play out for our viewers the reaction that has come in from the BJP.
Today, High Court has come out with a judgment which has clearly said the petition challenged by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been dismissed by the Honorable High Court. Honorable High Court has upheld the order of prosecution given by the governor. So at this juncture, I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji to resign from the post of Chief Minister immediately without any further delay.
All right, Veera, let's also get in quick reactions from the Congress and the BJP. We have spokespersons of both parties on the broadcast. Lavanya Balal, to you first. The point that I had raised earlier of the fact that, the clean image of Siddaramaiah, so to speak, has taken a hit as far as this case is concerned. Would you not agree?
That was the goal of the BJP, to tarnish Siddaramaiah's clean, unscathed image. That was a political goal of the BJP all the while. They had to say he's not what he claims to be. And to a certain extent, yes, this looks like it's going to take a hit. But we are confident, though the High Court today has said an inquiry should take place, we are okay with it, because we also had ordered a judiciary probe. If we had anything to hide, or if we were scared, we wouldn't have ordered for a judiciary probe. So while the judiciary probe is on, so the investigation is what the court has ordered today. We welcome this, and we know he's going to come out unscathed. And the BJP is going to continue to make fresh allegations, new allegations against some other leader. That's the norm.
Okay, but be that as it may, the Chief Minister did file a petition against the governor ordering a probe. So there are questions that are being asked as well, right? That why did the Chief Minister go ahead and file this petition if he had nothing to hide? Veera, you wanted to come in.
No, that's an important point that you're making, because I think there is a larger context to this case beyond just the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's aspect, which is defining the governor's powers in terms of giving prosecution. This is the second point that we've had. As you want to respond to that, Prashant, I just want to bring the elephant in the room. Karnataka has often known great adjustment politics. There have been those who believe that there is a tacit understanding between some sections of the BJP leaders and Mr. Siddaramaiah. Do you believe that these overt public statements that we hear calling for his resignation are just noise with no backing, and that eventually everyone will just watch how this plays out before taking a very strong and aggressive stand?
We are definitely not. We are up in arms against Siddaramaiah's decision here not to resign. BJP will take it to a logical conclusion. We are going to even, probably if the party leadership decides and in the right thing, we may even protest to ensure that he resigns, because you cannot say now the governor was wrong. High Court has given an order saying that governor's sanction was valid and a probe will be ordered against Siddaramaiah. So what else is left for Siddaramaiah to say that he is clean? Because he was already involved in a Hublot watch controversy. Okay. It's not that he was completely clean. Compared to maybe other politicians, I think
Siddaramaiah will be less worried about the BJP.
Maybe better off compared to his other Congress counterparts. Compared to the corruption of B.K. Shivkumar, maybe Siddaramaiah was better. On a comparative note between Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, maybe Siddaramaiah was better. No, obviously Siddaramaiah is doing the catching up.
I know, Lavanya, that you want to come in. But I just want to say, Veera, over here that it's very interesting, because what we are seeing in terms of what our reporters are sending us from Delhi at least is that there are several press conferences that have been planned, BJP press conferences that have been planned in order to explain what this verdict essentially means. So there's going to be an echo for his resignation, and I'm told Priyank Kharge is speaking at the moment. Let's just listen into what he has to say.
Sir, Ambedkar's constitution with us.
All right, we'll try and replay that bite for you just as we cut to it. I think that reaction ended. We'll try and go back to Priyank Kharge.
Just to give you an indication of what Priyank Kharge's reaction was, that it was again saying that they believe in the constitutional process and they will wait for the legal process to play out. Expect that categorical reassertion to come from the Congress top leadership as well. In public, they're going to play and firmly stand behind Siddaramaiah.
Okay, before I get Lavanya into the conversation, Veera, I had a quick question for you. As a political observer, as a senior journalist who's based in Karnataka for so long, I also want to understand from you, in the run-up to the Karnataka elections, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had said that he's going to hang up his boots after this election. Is this perhaps the end of the road as far as the political career of Siddaramaiah is concerned? Or do you think all of that was just posturing to get more votes? Okay, Prahlad Joshi of the BJP is speaking. I'm afraid we're going to have to cut to that.
All the people who are in power, that how they should act when there is a discretion power to them. As far as this detail is concerned, this was a land belongs to Mr. Ninga alias Jawar. Then it was notified by the Muda. Then it was denotified when the person who was holding the title, he was not at all alive. उस टाइम denotification हो गया. बट जब डीनोटिफिकेशन होके सिद्धरामैया के पत्नी के धर्मपत्नी के भाई के नाम पर उनको कन्वर्ट किया गया, मीन्स ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ, देन इट वाज डेवलप्ड बाय द मूडा एंड साइट सम ऑफ द साइट्स वेर आल्सो अलॉटेड द पब्लिक एट लार्ज, मीन्स जो भी उधर अप्लाई किया था सामान्य नागरिक, आम नागरिक, मैसूर के नागरिक, उनको अलॉटमेंट भी किया था. आफ्टर दैट इट वाज डीनोटिफाइड and it was transferred. This is a huge scam, and without political influence or the people who are in power, without their interference, it can't happen. And that is to land belongs to ASC. Originally land belongs to ASC. तो इसीलिए मैं मुख्यमंत्री को आग्रह करता हूँ, I strongly urge Chief Minister should resign immediately and investigation should begin. And also I demand for the investigation by the CBI. This is what I want to say, nothing more to add.
So Mr. D.K. Shivakumar has come out and really defended Siddaramaiah. He says Siddaramaiah will come clean. Is Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, not, how do you think he's observing the situation?
He comes clean means he has also in a way approved that there should be investigation.
The Congress has also alleged that the governor is being biased.
The governor, these people were alleging that governor is biased. As I initially itself made my remark, the governor they tried to threaten the governor, but now the court has given a verdict. Whether do they have belief in the court or not? They should clarify that. इन्होंने क्या बोला था, गवर्नर है नॉट अप्लाइड द माइंड, गवर्नर को अथॉरिटी नहीं है, गवर्नर पार्टिजान मैनर में एक्ट किया है, ये सब देखते हुए पूरा हियरिंग करते हुए कोर्ट ने वर्डिक्ट दिया है. और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी कई इसमें जो पहले का रूलिंग वगैरह है, केस लॉज वगैरह है, ये सब उधर दिया गया है. ऑन दैट बेसिस ओनली हाई कोर्ट हैज एक्टेड.
You think there will be further problems for the Congress party if there is a constitutional crisis with the Chief Minister resigning? Because, who wants to become the next Chief Minister?
No, that is, I have made n number of times clear that BJP and state BJP and national BJP, we never want that the entire Congress government should be toppled. We do not have any of such intention. Let them choose their own leader and let any person from the Congress person can become the Chief Minister. We don't have any problem. They are saying that we are trying to destabilize the government. No, we are not going to intervene that. We are not going to touch that. We are not interested to do that. What they tell is last time, aapko kya?
All right, that is Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, senior leader from Karnataka in the BJP. He has in fact now come out and said that not just are they demanding the resignation of the Chief Minister, but the BJP is now also demanding a CBI probe into the entire Muda case. So that's a big development that is coming in at the moment. Before I take this back to my guests and to Veera, let's just also quickly try and listen in to what Priyank Kharge had to say.
Well, I am personally not very surprised. The idea of using Using the governor or misusing the governor's office was to ensure this happens. It is a standard operating procedure. It's a playbook that they have been doing in Delhi, Jharkhand. They're trying it in Tamil Nadu as well. They're trying it in Kerala as well. So I'm not surprised by the verdict. And we believe that there is still the Constitution of India that will protect us. They might have the governor on their side, but we have the Constitution of India on our side. So we will appeal. We'll fight it out in the Supreme Court and in the Court of the People.
So what is going to be the next step of the government?
No, we'll see. There is nothing it is just permission for investigation and everything. Let's see what happens.
Are you planning to go to the Supreme Court after that?
No, we will. We will appeal. I mean, this is nothing but abuse of the governor's office. This is misusing the governor himself. The governor of Karnataka is acting like a station house officer for the central government and for the BJP.
And so BJP...
All right, so that's a big development coming in at the moment. Priyank Kharge, of course, responding to these charges as well. And like Veera, you were raising the important point earlier about, what this judgment of the Karnataka High Court essentially means as far as the role of the governor is concerned. I think that's something that Priyank Kharge has also talked about. But very interestingly, the BJP now has demanded a CBI probe. Let's quickly get in the Congress spokesperson first to respond to it. Prahlad Joshi. I know you want to come in, Mr. Prashant, but we just heard from Prahlad Joshi demanding a CBI probe. Let me quickly get in a Congress reaction.
Serious objection to Priyank Kharge's statement here.
Okay, I'll come to you. I'll come to you in just a moment. Lavanya Balal.
Veera Raghav was also making a point about the governor's role and everything, the definition of governor's role. When Congress party keeps saying that he is overreached and he's taken decisions, we also would like to draw the attention of the media and the nation that the governor has sat on the cases against H.D. Kumaraswamy and Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa in the Ganganagar land scam, and he's not taken an action at all. So he chose to take an action based on an activist's complaint. But he's chosen not to react to the Lokayukta's case against these two former chief ministers, and there is no action taken against them at all. So this is where we say he has been overreaching.
No, but Lavanya, in this case, it's categorical. The High Court has held categorically
Veera,
that the governor is right. In this case, I don't think the Congress has a defense. That is concerned.
Okay, let Prashant come in. Let Prashant come in. He's been listening very patiently. Prashant had a point to make.
No, Lavanya, I'll take you on. Wait.
I'm going to come right back to you, Mr. Prashant. Go ahead.
Wait.
No. Before Prashant speaks, Prashant, I would like to set the record for you. Twice in the debate, you said he is an accused and he is not going to resign. Please do not jump forward and make statements which are incorrect. I request you.
Okay, I'll answer you. Now that you've said,
accusations.
I'm on record telling you, we take strong exception to Priyank Kharge's statement here because his statement is nothing but contempt of court. It is contempt of court because all that he has stated today is
please take legal action.
Stooge and other things, which means after the Karnataka High Court making it clear that governor has applied his mind and he is right in ordering for the probe and the investigation. Even after that, if Priyank Kharge, the dynastic politician,
you have a
has
habit
got
of
the guts to do this, it is only because of the privilege he enjoys being Mallikarjun Kharge's son and who have been abusing the constitution and the courts because Congress doesn't believe in the courts. Now,
let's keep
for
this
me to
clear.
say whether Siddaramaiah is accused or not.
I am requesting NDTV.
Let's not divert issues. I think
Allow me to
politicians cannot claim that.
Prashant, you've raised your objection. Prashant, you've raised your objection. Let me get Lavanya to respond to you. Go ahead, Lavanya.
I would like to reiterate, Prashant, you have a habit of misconstruing statements. Mr. Priyank Kharge was talking about the governor's role. He was not talking about the High Court's orders. Please do not misconstrue statement. I will personally ensure that there is, actions taken against false statements made on national channels. Prashant, you cannot do this. I request you, please do not make false statements, Prashant. You are
No false statement.
misconstruing
It was a
and
clip
trying
played
to
out by
create
the
a narrative.
NDTV,
You know,
which is very
no,
clear. He still states that this is a political conspiracy.
NDTV
I'm
cannot
going to tell our
after the High
producers
Court
if we can
judgment,
play out that Priyank Kharge
no
bite once
politician
again.
can say
Where
this is a
There is so
political
much debate
conspiracy.
and discussion over it, over
Now the Congress cannot
misunderstanding
say
and
it's a political
misconstruing.
angle. Governor is a stooge in the
Can we
hands
play
of
out the
central
can we
government.
play
He
out
cannot
the
stay
Priyank
there,
Kharge? Can we
especially
play out
after
the
the High
Priyank
Court
Kharge
order.
bite again? Okay, let's just listen into what Priyank Kharge said.
Well, I am personally not very surprised. They have the idea of using the governor or misusing the governor's office was to ensure this happens. It is a standard operating procedure. It's a playbook that they have been doing in Delhi, Jharkhand. They're trying it in Tamil Nadu as well. They're trying it in Kerala as well. So I'm not surprised by the verdict. And we believe that there is still the Constitution of India that will protect us. They might have the governor on their side, but we have the Constitution of India on our side. So we will appeal. We'll fight it out in the Supreme Court and in the Court of the People.
So what is going to be the next step of the government?
No, we'll see. There is nothing that it is just permission for investigation and everything. Let's see what happens.
Are you planning to go to the Supreme Court after that?
No, we will. We will appeal. I mean, this is nothing but.
I think that pretty much settles it. Veera, you wanted to come in.
Rishika, categorical. Priyank Kharge is talking about the misuse of the position of the
He is
governor.
not surprised by the verdict. What does he mean by it?
Prashant,
What does he mean by it? He is not surprised by the verdict. Is he casting aspirations on the Honorable High Court judge?
Okay.
Prashant, not one iota of that statement spoke about anything. Let's not divert the issue here. He is categorically taking on the governor. He has said there is legal recourse. They will go. There is constitutional recourse.
What's the second part of it? What's the first part of it?
Let's focus
When
on
he
the
says that he's
stronger
not
issue
surprised
at
by the
hand,
verdict.
Prashant.
Okay.
Prashant, let's focus on the stronger
Prashant,
issue.
you've raised questions and you raised several important questions, including the question of contempt of court, and which is why we deliberately prayed out that bite for our viewers. You put your point forth. I think the Congress has responded. Veera has tried to clear the air, but ultimately we leave it for the viewer to decide what you make of that. The Congress, of course, has raised several questions on the conduct of the government, on the conduct of the governor, I beg your pardon, also accusing the BJP of a playbook. It is well within the rights of the BJP to counter that, but that's the charge, or rather the counter charge that the Congress is making in Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's defense at the moment. Is it going to cut ice in the eyes of the people, Veera? That's the big question, because like I said, that unscathed image of Siddaramaiah does take a hit with today's verdict.
Absolutely. It's taken a hit as far as the Muda controversy itself is concerned, as I mentioned earlier in your show. But I think let's set the record categorically straight. The High Court, in its wisdom, has categorically said the governor was well within his right. So again, the accusation you cannot make of misuse here of the governor's office, because the High Court, in its wisdom, has said the governor is right.
Exactly my point.
In granting prosecution. I think that's pretty much the limited legal point, which can be challenged in a Supreme Court. And this sets a precedent like the 2004 Madhya Pradesh High Court order that the governor can prima facie grant sanction for prosecution of a chief minister, even if the cabinet advises him against it.
All right. So how does this play out legally? What happens politically? Many unanswered questions as far as the big developments in Karnataka are concerned. Thank you all very much for joining us. We're going to slip into a very short break. We'll bring you more news on the other side. To stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Setback for the Karnataka Chief Minister as the High Court dismisses the Chief Minister's petition. Siddaramaiah challenged the governor's nod for prosecution. The BJP now demands a CBI probe and the CM's resignation. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister hints at the possibility of a cabinet reshuffle. Speculation once again rife over the possible elevation of Udayanidhi Stalin. Well, actor Siddiqui's anticipatory bail plea has been rejected. Sources say the rape accused is now mulling moving the Supreme Court. This as the SIT now questions actor and CPM MLA Mukesh in Kochi in the Malayalam Me Too allegations. And Thane horror accused dies in a shootout. An autopsy has been ordered today. The sex assault accused death triggers a political storm with the government defending cops and the opposition alleging a conspiracy.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है। बस एक्टिंग करा लो इनसे। पैसाबाजार.com, क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक, आदत अच्छी है।
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead.
From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। आज ही जाइए पैसाबाजार.com पर और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत किसी को भी कभी भी पड़ सकती है।
चल एक्टिंग थोड़ा भेल बनो।
ए आयो बात बोल। पैसाबाजार.com।
Election sunrise is on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring
in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
And breaking news coming in, CPIM MLA Mukesh has now been arrested in the Mollywood Me Too case. Remember, he has been accused of sexual exploitation and rape, after which there was a chorus for him to step down from his position. But the MLA remained evasive, and now Kerala police has arrested CPIM MLA Mukesh. A rape case has also been registered against him, and actor Mukesh has now finally been arrested by the police. Remember, there was a big chorus. Eminent personalities also wrote against him and demanded his resignation, after which now he has been finally arrested by the police. An actress had accused him of sexual abuse, after which he has been arrested. The SIT had been investigating the allegations against him, which were of sexual abuse by CPIM MLA Mukesh. Has finally been arrested. The actor turned politician has also been charged with the non-bailable offences, including rape and use of criminal force against women with intent to outrage her modesty. Now, CPIM MLA Mukesh has been arrested by Kerala police in the Mollywood Me Too case, where several women came forward and alleged that how they have been sexually harassed by powerful people in the Malayalam industry, in which one of the name and the big name was actor turned politician CPIM MLA Mukesh. There was a chorus, but CPIM said that Mukesh will not resign from his post and he will not step down. There was a chorus for him to step down, and also the allegations that were leveled against him of grievous nature have now been investigated further, after which he has been arrested by the police. The SIT was investigating. The SIT was constituted by Kerala government after several women came forward and said how they have been sexually exploited in the Mollywood industry, the Malayalam industry. The actor turned politician has been charged with non-bailable offences, including rape and use of criminal force against women with intent to outrage her modesty. Now, the case was registered under IPC sections as the offence allegedly occurred before the new Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita came into force. The case has further intensified. The demand for Mukesh's resignation was also, the pressure was mounting from the opposition against the ruling party, where everyone was demanding that actor Mukesh should resign from his position. And now, finally, he has been arrested by the Kerala police. My colleague Ishika Verma is also joining me for more details. Ishika, you have been covering this story from day one. Tell us what will the political ramifications of this arrest will be.
Well, first, certainly, it is a big development in the case. The CPIM MLA, Mukesh, in fact, has now been arrested by the Kerala police. In fact, today itself, we saw how, the police, in fact, the SIT team was interrogating him in Kochi, in Kerala, in relation to this particular case that was filed against him. And now he has been arrested. Now, remember, a meeting, in fact, when the meeting was called by his party to take a decision on him, the CPM, in fact, had decided not to ask for his resignation. So after this big development, what will be the party stand? And more so ever, will the Chief Minister of Kerala now be speaking on Mukesh? That certainly remains to be seen. But this certainly will in fact result in even more protest on the streets of Kerala, because the opposition, since day one, they have been protesting against this and demanding his resignation, and that certainly is going to intensify. Over to you.
Right. Ishika, he will, has he got bail, because he had also sought anticipatory bail? Has he got bail in this case? Do you have any clarity on that?
Yes, certainly we have seen, that he had in fact approached the Ernakulam, Principal Sessions Court earlier, and then in fact he had got a bail in this particular case. But in that, the condition that was mentioned there, that he needs to be available for questioning in this matter. But now, in fact, we did see that the Kerala police was in fact planning to summon him for interrogation, and that was done, and he has been arrested. But certainly, since he already has the anticipatory bail, in this case, certainly is going to be released soon. That is certainly, the clarification that we are getting. But, the bigger implication after this will be that the opposition will now continue to attack the government. The protest on the streets of the Kerala is certainly going to intensify. Over to you.
Okay, so he got anticipatory bail in this case, but he will continue to cooperate as per the condition of this bail was, as my colleague was telling me, that Mukesh has already got anticipatory bail in the case, but he will continue to cooperate as was the condition while the court granted him bail. My colleague Uma Sudhir is also joining me on the phone line. Uma, a big political development. CPIM MLA Mukesh has been arrested in the Me Too case, but he will get bail as he already had approached the court and sought the anticipatory bail.
So the anticipatory bail is something that they had moved for earlier, along with several others who had named in the case. So, of course, each of their bail petitions was separate, but the special investigation team has, in fact, on Tuesday, formally arrested the actor, who is also the Kollam MLA. And there was, of course, a lot of political pressure as well, because he is from the ruling party, and even the CPI, their ally in the left front, was under the kind of, they were putting pressure that there should be action, there should be FIR, and there should be an arrest, etc. So he has been released on bail shortly after the arrest was registered, is what we understand. And the AIG, Pungurali, who interrogated him at the coastal police headquarters in Ernakulam. Ernakulam is, of course, it's in Kochi, just by the side of Kochi. And that's where he had earlier been granted anticipatory bail by the Ernakulam Principal Sessions Judge, and that he will appear before the investigating officer every day at, whenever he is called in at 9 a.m. and he will remain there. So the whole condition is that he must continue to cooperate with the investigating agencies in this particular case. Everyone does understand that there is a time lapse between the happenings and the complaint itself, but that is something that we are seeing in several of these cases of Me Too as well. Several years pass by and afterwards the complaint is coming in. So what kind of evidence in terms of forensics they will be able to get is one part of it. But the second part of it is, of course, that these women are coming out and speaking about what they have alleged to be cases of sexual harassment. And Mukesh arrest also coming as something that the complainant says she is satisfied with the proceedings of the case.
Right. Uma and Ishika, thank you so much for joining us on this breaking news development, and we will be continuing to keeping a close track, as now it has also given ammunition to the opposition, which has been claiming that CPIM MLA needs to be probed further in the case. Now, shifting our focus to Tamil Nadu, will Udayanidhi Stalin become the Tamil Nadu's Deputy Chief Minister? Well, speculations are rife after Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin dropped a big hint. He said the cabinet reshuffle will happen soon and nobody will be disappointed. Listen in to exactly what he had to say.
சார் ரொம்ப நாளாவே இந்த அமைச்சரவை மாற்றம் அப்புறம் அமைச்சர் உதிரிசாலை அவருக்கு துணை முதலமைச்சர் பதவி அப்படிலாம் இருக்கு. நீங்களும் விரைவில் சொன்னதை செய்வோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு பதில்.
ஏமாற்றம் இருக்காது. மாற்றம்.
My colleague Sam Daniel is joining me. Sam, speculations are rife from past, I think, 1 month or two, and you have been tracking it and giving to us all the news related to whether there will be a cabinet reshuffle, whether Udayanidhi Stalin will be taking oath as Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister. Is it happening or not? A simple, plain and clear. Tell me and give me a clarity on it.
It appears that the party and the Chief Minister in particular has made up his mind to elevate his son as his deputy in the government. But the strategy seems to be to let it happen gradually, to let words spread in the form of rumors, in the form of demands within the party, and then to make it appear that there is overwhelming demand within the party, and because of that, the Chief Minister is now elevating to quell criticism of family politics. That appears to be the the strategy the Chief Minister and the ruling DMK is following now. Today he said there will be change in the cabinet, there will be no disappointment. Whether the disappointment refers to expectations and demands from within the party to elevate Udayanidhi, or is it regarding the fear among certain senior ministers that they may lose their position to pay way for younger ministers? That's something still ambiguous. Regarding Udayanidhi, he is a first-time MLA, an actor turned politician, and before he became the minister, his name was linked to the organization of the Chess Olympiad in Chennai. Later, as sports minister, he had also brought the Hockey Asian Games to Chennai, beach volleyball, and the more recent Formula 4 to Chennai. He's being projected as a minister who is turning Chennai into an international sporting hub. Politically, the party sources say Udayanidhi's leadership in this kind of a position is required, particularly to take on actor Vijay, who's all set to make his debut in electoral politics in the 2026 assembly elections. And they also credit Udayanidhi for the party's sweep in the 2019 and 2024 elections through his campaign across Tamil Nadu. But of course, this would lead to criticism because if elevated, Udayanidhi would be superseding several senior ministers in terms of becoming Deputy Chief Minister, including Durai Murugan, a senior minister who has been working not just with his father but also with his grandfather during Karunanidhi's tenure as Chief Minister. And that's something we'll have to wait and watch. Whether his elevation would be seen to be out of place quite early, would it really upset the apple cart within the DMK? So far, nobody is openly criticizing, but that's the worry. And to quell that, now the party seems to be gradually spreading this kind of speculation so that it will appear at one point in time there is overwhelming demand within the party. Lastly, the larger question, of course, is would this lead to family politics, promotion of dynastic politics? The DMK sources claim Udayanidhi is a democratically elected MLA. It's the prerogative of the Chief Minister to decide who would be his deputy. But the larger question, of course, in a mature democracy, can this be allowed for a particular family to have all the power within its family?
Well, certainly, Sam, and that's what the argument from the opposition side has been. If Udayanidhi Stalin gets the post of the Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister, then the one charge that the opposition has been making is that nepotism or parivarvad in the family and in the opposition ranks is now elevating. Thank you so much, Sam. Very interesting take from all that rumors and speculation that are rife after this big hint that has been dropped by Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. Thank you, Sam, for joining us and sharing those details. Now, shifting our focus to Maharashtra, where Thane molestation horror has taken more twists and turns as Maharashtra sex assault accused has been shot dead. The SIT is probing how the accused died exactly, but the political storm over Thane accused death is now intensifying, with Maharashtra opposition now crying a conspiracy behind his death. While Maharashtra government justifies cop's action, they said that accused died while the cop was retaliating in self-defense. The cops say that he snatched a revolver from the police official and then shot himself. But then the police also say that in self-defense, they acted and that's how he died. But there is a chorus from the opposition. They say it's a conspiracy. The real links behind that, the event that took place in jail is under probe, and the fair probe should take place not under the Maharashtra government, but even courts should intervene and hold this probe. My colleague will be joining for more details, but before that, sample the political reactions that are coming in.
कायदा कहता है उसकी कस्टडी होना चाहिए, उसकी मालूमात होना चाहिए, कोर्ट में जाना चाहिए और उसका रिजल्ट जो न्यायालय देगा उसी तरीके से उसको सजा होना चाहिए. लेकिन कल देखे जाए तो वो जो गाड़ी में बैठा है उसने पुलिस का रिवॉल्वर छीना है. इसमें पुलिस भी थोड़ी कमियां उनकी दिखने में आई. उसने जब पुलिसों के ऊपर रिवॉल्वर तानी और गोली चलाई तो उसने उसका जो रिप्लाई जिसको बोलते हैं तो वो करने के डिफेंस में उन्होंने जो फायर किया उसमें उसकी मौत हो गई.
My colleague Radhika Ramaswamy is joining me. Radhika, take us through what's happening exactly in the case right now. How is the SIT, which is probing this retaliatory fire case, is going on and taking the investigation forward?
That's right. Death of Akshay Shinde in alleged retaliatory firing. He was, of course, an accused in the Badlapur sexual assault case. This has obviously led to a political slugfest of sorts. We did hear reactions from both the opposition as well as the ruling party, while the ruling party, Mahayuti, continues to maintain that this was an act of self-defense as far as the police is concerned. The opposition leaving no stone unturned in attacking the state government, saying that this was done deliberately to protect some of the higher-ups and powerful people, including the trustees of that particular school who are currently absconding. They were also named as accused, but they are absconding. In order to protect them, this shootout happened is something that the opposition has been maintaining, and they've also called for a judicial probe as far as the entire investigations into the death of Akshay Shinde is concerned. Of course, they maintain that this happened at 6 p.m. yesterday. Initially, it was Akshay who snatched the gun and attacked one of the police officials. He was hurt in his thigh, and later another cop, in fact, fired back at him, after which, of course, Akshay succumbed to his injuries. Now, an SIT has been formed by the state government. They are looking into it. They are investigating all the details with respect to the case. Forensic team was at the spot in the morning. All the police officials who were there at the spot also being questioned. Post-mortem will also be conducted, so there will be more clarity post the post-mortem as well. Investigations being looked into all angles is something that the police officials are telling, but judicial probe is something that the opposition is demanding. And very interestingly, Bombay High Court had taken so much cognizance as far as this entire Badlapur case, sexual assault case of the toddlers are concerned. So there is a possibility that High Court may take cognizance of the death of the accused in the case as well. October 1 is when Bombay High Court will be hearing the other matter, and there is a possibility court could take cognizance and may perhaps order judicial inquiry into the death of Akshay Shinde, who was the prime accused as far as this serious case is concerned.
Nika, thank you so much for joining us and sharing those details. Now, assembly elections in Haryana are marked by significant internal dissent, with rebel candidates posing challenges to both BJP and Congress. Savitri Jindal, the chairperson of OP Jindal Group and an independent candidate contesting from Hisar in Haryana seat, is claiming that she will win the seat and has released her own Sankalp Patra, in which she says that Hisar will be taken to new heights under her. What exactly she had to say? Listen in.
The contest of Hisar this time is quite interesting. It's not a bipolar, usual BJP Congress contest. One of the richest women in Asia, Savitri Jindal ji, is here. She's a seasoned politician and she's fighting as an independent this time. Interesting story of how that happened, but in Hisar at this moment, it seems that it's just not triangular, but she has made it quite an interesting contest, and a lot of people think that she may mark the chances of the main political parties. She's joining us at this moment. Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to us. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा, सावित्री जिंदल बड़ा नाम है. हिसार के लिए फॉर्मर मिनिस्टर रह चुकी हैं, आप MLA रह चुकी हैं, आपका परिवार का बहुत बड़ा नाम है. तो ऐसी क्या इस बार स्थिति बनी कि आपको एक इंडिपेंडेंट के तौर पर चुनाव लड़ना पड़ रहा है?
देखिए, मैंने 10 साल मैं पॉलिटिक्स के अंदर रही. शुरू में जिंदल साहब चुनाव लड़ते थे. उनके जाने के बाद मैं लोगों के बीच में आई और बीच में एक बार मैं चुनाव हार गई थी, 2014 वाला. 19 में फिर मैंने चुनाव नहीं लड़ा. अब क्या, मेरे सभी लोगों का यही राय थी सबकी कि आपको चुनाव लड़ना है, मेरे हिसार परिवार की. तो अब क्या, उनके कहने से मैं इस चुनावी मैदान में कूद पड़ी.
मैं भी जब अंदर आ रहा था आपके ऑफिस में तो मैंने देखा एक तस्वीर है जिंदल साहब की राजीव गांधी के साथ. बहुत साल पुराना आप लोगों का कांग्रेस का रिश्ता रहा. पिछले चुनाव में हमने देखा कि उस वक्त आप नवीन जिंदल जी भी और आप भी बीजेपी में शामिल हुए और अब आप वापस इंडिपेंडेंट लड़ रही हैं. तो क्या ये इसको बगावत के तौर पर देखा जाए बीजेपी के खिलाफ, और अगर आपको वापस आना था चुनाव लड़ने के लिए तो क्या कांग्रेस आपके लिए रास्ता नहीं था?
देखिए, बगावत वाली कोई बात नहीं है. बस मैंने जो अपने हिसार परिवार के मेरे लोगों ने जो कहा, मैंने उनका कहना माना. उन लोगों का यही था कि हमें कुछ भी हो चुनाव लड़ना है. तो आपको मालूम है कि बीजेपी से डॉक्टर साहब लड़ रहे हैं और कांग्रेस से राणा साहब को टिकट मिली है. तो मेरे लोगों ने यही कहा कि चुनाव लड़ना ही लड़ना, छोड़ना नहीं है. तो इंडिपेंडेंट के अलावा कोई चारा नहीं था, तो मैं उनके कहने से.
कौन किसको आप अपनी मेन ऑपोजिशन या मेन टक्कर मान रही हैं? कांग्रेस से ज़्यादा सीधी लड़ाई है, बीजेपी से सीधी लड़ाई है हिसार में?
देखिए, मेरी किसी से कोई लड़ाई नहीं है। हम लोग अपना चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं और ये मेरा चुनाव नहीं, मेरी हिसार परिवार का चुनाव है। वो लोग अपना चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं।
आपको मजबूत स्थिति में देखा जा रहा है और कुछ लोग ये भी कह रहे हैं कि देखिए बीजेपी कहीं ना कहीं शायद चाहती थी कि आपको टिकट मिले, लेकिन अपने कैंडिडेट का टिकट नहीं काट पाए, तो अगर उनके कैंडिडेट कमज़ोर पड़ते हैं तो सावित्री जी जीत भी जाएंगी तो बीजेपी का समर्थन करेंगी।
नहीं, अभी तक ऐसा कुछ भी सोचा नहीं है और ये मेरा हिसार परिवार निर्णय लेगा कि क्या करना है। मैं तो इस समय हिसार परिवार की तरफ से उनकी प्रत्याशी हूँ। उन्होंने मुझे चुनाव मैदान में खड़ा किया है और वही मेरा चुनाव भी लड़ रहे हैं।
अगर ऐसी स्थिति बनती है कि कांग्रेस और बीजेपी दोनों को आपके समर्थन की आवश्यकता हो तो
तब जो प्रभु इच्छा होगी।
लेकिन नवीन जिंदल जी अभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी से सांसद हैं कुरुक्षेत्र से, आपकी कैंपेन में क्या वो भी आने वाले हैं? क्योंकि उनके लिए बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा, अपनी माता जी के लिए कैंपेन करें और वैसे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद हैं।
देखिए, उनको उनकी जो पार्टी आदेश देगी नवीन जिंदल वही करेंगे। और यहाँ पर मेरे हिसार परिवार के मेरे सारे बेटे लगे हुए हैं, सब मेरे लिए चुनाव प्रचार कर रहे हैं, तो कोई बात नहीं है ऐसी।
उन्होंने आपको बोला नहीं कि आप बीजेपी के खिलाफ चुनाव ना लड़ें, ठीक नहीं होगा, पार्टी में आगे उनका फ्यूचर भी?
मैंने अपने असल में हिसार परिवार का कहना माना और मैं चुनावी मैदान में, क्योंकि हिसार परिवार ने कहा कि चुनाव लड़ना ही अब की बार, छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
ऐसे क्या काम रह गया है? क्योंकि आप यहाँ से मंत्री भी रही हैं सरकार में और यहाँ से आप एमएलए भी रही हैं 2 बार। क्या काम हिसार में ऐसे रह गए हैं जो आपको लगता है कि जिनको तत्पर तौर पर करना चाहिए, जो अभी तक कम से कम जो प्रेजेंट एमएलए हैं या जिनका भी शासन रहा वो लोग नहीं कर सके?
देखिए, इस समय जो है मूलभूत सुविधाएं जो चरमराई हुई हैं, एकदम सड़कें टूटी हुई हैं, सीवरेज व्यवस्था गड़बड़ाई हुई है। क्योंकि मेरे टाइम में 10 साल पहले जैसे जो सीवरेज लाइन डली थी छोटी पड़ गई है, हमारा हिसार बहुत बढ़ गया है, तो बड़ी लाइन डालने की ज़रूरत है। पानी की निकासी का प्रबंध नहीं है, घरों में पानी घुस जाता है, जो नीचे घर हैं उनमें, तो सब लोग परेशान हो जाते हैं। पहले मैं यही सोचूंगी कि सब जो मूलभूत सुविधाएं हैं लोगों को वो पूरी प्रोवाइड कराई जाए।
Well, with that, it's a wrap and we're slipping into a very short break.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक करें फ्री में पैसाबाजार.com पर। लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
ठीक से एक्टिंग नहीं।
पैसाबाजार.com।
Election sunrise is on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
बस एक्टिंग करा लो इनसे।
पैसाबाजार.com, क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक, आदत अच्छी है।
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead.
From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Setback for Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the Muda case. Karnataka High Court has dismissed Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's petition challenging Governor's nod for his prosecution.
And without political influence or the people who are in power, without their interference, it can't happen.
There is no question. My Chief Minister has not done anything wrong.
I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji to resign from the post of Chief Minister immediately without any further delay.
The governor very clearly has overstepped his legal ambit.
Actor and CPIM MLA Mukesh has been arrested in the Me Too case. He has also been granted anticipatory bail soon after he was arrested. The SIT is investigating Mollywood Me Too cases. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin has hinted at cabinet reshuffle in the state. Speculations are rife over Udayanidi's elevation. Stalin's son is likely to be made Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister. And Israel strikes dozen more targets in Lebanon. Thousands have fled their homes in South Lebanon. Schools have been shut in northern Israel and Lebanon. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Behel. We are starting this edition with some breaking news now coming in. We are learning the SIT probing the complaints against Malayalam film industry personalities in the wake of the Hema Committee report has arrested actor and the CPIM MLA Mukesh in a rape case registered against him by the Kochi police. That's the latest coming in. Big breaking news that we're tracking at this point in time. Well, CPIM MLA Mukesh has been arrested in a rape case that was registered against him, and the SIT has been probing the complaints that have been leveled against Mukesh as well as other film personalities after the Hema Committee report had come to light. Well, what we are also learning is that he's also been given anticipatory bail by the court. Soon after his arrest, he's been given bail as well. That's the latest coming in. We'll try and get more details about this in just a bit. My colleague Ishika and Uma will be joining us on the broadcast giving us more details about the case. Meanwhile, that's the latest coming in. There has been a huge chorus for Mukesh's arrest, and now finally we are learning the actor and CPM MLA was taken into custody by the Kochi police, and the SIT so far has been investigating the matter that has been registered against actor Mukesh, after which he was arrested. But the latest development that has taken place is that he's also been given anticipatory bail. Well, that is what we are learning at this point in time. Well, also another big development in connection with the Me Too cases that have been registered. Kerala High Court also had dismissed the anticipatory bail application filed by actor Siddique, who was booked for rape, and the complainant had claimed that the actor had called her to a hotel in Trivandrum in the pretext of discussing a film, and he had raped the actor as well as assaulted her there. After which we are learning actor Siddique is likely to move to the Supreme Court. Well, big development now taking place in connection with the two cases, Me Too cases that have been filed against actor Mukesh and actor Siddique. My colleague Ishika is also now joining us on the broadcast here, getting us more details. Ishika, we are learning in connection with the case that was registered against actor and CPM MLA Mukesh. He was arrested and soon after given bail.
Well, yes, certainly, Kitty. You know, as you rightly mentioned, that the big breaking that we are getting at the moment is that MLA Mukesh, in fact, who was being interrogated today by the SIT in Kochi, he was in fact arrested by the police, and currently what we are getting to know that his medical examination was being done, and you know, it is likely that since he has already gotten anticipatory bail from the Ernakulam Principal Session Court, he will be released soon. But certainly the police, in fact, for a long time, they were planning to summon him for interrogation, and one of the conditions of the bail, you know, that was granted to him by the Ernakulam Principal Session Court had in fact clearly mentioned that he has to appear before the investigating officer for investigation, as in for interrogation, for questioning, and that is why in fact you know, he had to appear today, and after that the police first detained him, then arrested him, but he's likely to be released soon as well, since he has already gotten bail. Now, on the other hand, if we talk about actor Siddique, against whom the rape charges were filed, in fact today it was a big setback for him, since you know, since he got his anticipatory bail plea was dismissed by the Kerala High Court. Now, sources do tell us that he is in fact planning to approach, he is in fact going to approach the Supreme Court. The order copy from the High Court has also now come out, but what we are also getting to know from the Kerala police sources is that they are also planning to arrest Siddique. Now, the SIT team, the Kerala police team, is not going to wait for him to move to the Supreme Court. They are already searching for his whereabouts, and in fact the lookout circular has already been issued against him. So certainly big developments that is happening in this case, you know, involving these two Mollywood heavyweights. On one hand it is the MLA Mukesh, and on the other hand it is the actor Siddique. Over to you.
All right. Well, the SIT had interrogated Mukesh for over 3 hours. He had appeared before the SIT earlier today, after which now we're learning he was arrested. However, he already had gotten anticipatory bail by the court, and the latest information that is coming out at this point in time is that his medical examination was conducted, after which he is being let off. Well, that's the big development coming in at this point in time. Thank you so much, Ishika, for getting us all those details there. Shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking at this point in time. Well, this is in connection with the Muda case. In a setback to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Karnataka High Court dismissed his petition challenging the governor's approval for investigation against him in the Muda landside allotment case. Karnataka High Court in its order said that the governor was not bound by the cabinet advice in this case. The court ruled that the governor's August 16th order to grant sanction for filing of cases against Siddaramaiah does not suffer from lack of application of mind. The High Court also pointed out that the reasons for granting the sanction had been detailed in the files of the governor and did not have to be brought into the final sanction order. Well, what we are also learning is that the court has also said that the facts of the case require an investigation since the grant of land by Muda is to the family of Siddaramaiah in 2021 and only a probe can reveal if corruption is involved. The BJP so far has said that the Chief Minister must resign and a probe by CBI must take place in connection with the case. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar also spoke to the media just a while back saying that there was no reason for Siddaramaiah to resign as Chief Minister. However, what we are also learning is that Siddaramaiah is expected to move the Supreme Court against the Karnataka High Court order. Listen into reactions coming in.
Today, High Court has come out with a judgment which has clearly said the petition challenged by the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been dismissed by the Honorable High Court. Honorable High Court has upheld the order of prosecution given by the Governor. So at this juncture, I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji to resign from the post of Chief Minister immediately without any further delay.
There is no question. My Chief Minister has not done anything wrong. He is not involved with any scam. It is a political conspiracy by the BJP to all of us, to all the opposition leaders in the country. This is what is going on. So there is no question of my Chief Minister has done anything wrong. They are creating problem. We stand by him. We support him. He is doing a good work for the country, for the party, and for the state.
This is a huge scam, and without political influence or the people who are in power, without their interference, it can't happen. And that is to land belongs to ASC. Originally land belongs to ASC. तो इसीलिए मैं मुख्यमंत्री को आग्रह करता हूँ, I strongly urge Chief Minister should resign immediately and investigation should begin. And also I demand for the investigation by the CBI.
I'm not surprised. The idea of involving the governor and the governor's office was to ensure that this plays out like this. And the governor very clearly has overstepped his legal ambit, and he's done these things. So, and we see this as a standard operating procedure. We see this as a playbook. What is happening in what happened in Jharkhand, what happened in Delhi. We are seeing that in Karnataka as well. No, we will see. We still believe in the law of the land. We believe in the Constitution of India. The BJP might have the governor of Karnataka with them. We have Baba Saheb Ambedkar's Constitution with us.
So Siddaramaiah ji today is only continuing a rich old tradition of the Congress party under Rahul Gandhi of coming into governance in the name of the poor, making false promises, fake promises, but always at the end of the day enriching themselves and their families. Today the Bharatiya Janata Party demands that this Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji immediately tender his resignation.
Anti-corruption movement has got a very big boost, and I'm sure the judge has travelled quite far into various judgments throughout this country to come to this conclusion. It's a fantastic order, and we were prepared for it. That is our argument also. Undisputable facts were there.
All right, big developments now taking place at this point in time. We'll be getting more on this in just a bit. Meanwhile, reactions coming in. The BJP is asking for the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, saying that he must resign on moral grounds. However, the Karnataka Congress says that there is no reason for Karnataka Chief Minister to step down, as this is all a conspiracy of the BJP. However, there are some strong observations that have been made in the court today. The court said that the facts of the case require an investigation since the grant of land by Muda is to the family of Siddaramaiah, and only a probe can reveal if corruption was done. Well, the court has clearly said that there was no fault with the governor in granting the sanction for the prosecution of the chief minister. The BJP so far is saying that the Congress party must also apologize to the governor's office for the pressure that was made by them, saying that if they have any moral right, then the chief minister must resign. Legal fights can happen after resignation as well. This is what the BJP is demanding. This verdict by the Karnataka High Court today has definitely come as a big blow for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, and this is also, of course, going to have big political implications. Whether he is going to step down from his post or not, that remains to be seen. However, the Congress party is trying to portray a united front at this point in time, is trying to paint a united picture at this point in time, saying that all is well in the Congress party and they're ready for what may come. But at this point in time, what the Congress party in Karnataka is saying that there is no reason for the Karnataka Chief Minister to resign. The BJP, however, is insistent, saying that he must take moral responsibility and must step down from his post. Well, the Karnataka High Court has clearly said in its order that the governor was not bound by cabinet advice in this case. This is an exceptional case. That is what the court has said. In other matters relating to the state, the governor definitely is bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers. But since this is an exceptional case, the governor is not at fault and he wasn't bound by the cabinet advice. Well, Karnataka High Court has also said that the grant of sanction for filing of cases against Siddaramaiah does not suffer from lack of application of mind, and there was no fault with the governor. All right, my colleague Pratibha is now joining us on the broadcast here, getting us more on that. Pratibha, it's definitely a big blow to Siddaramaiah. The Karnataka Congress is saying that there is no reason for his resignation, but the BJP is insistent, saying that he must also apologize to the governor's chair for the pressure that was made. At the same time, he must take moral responsibility and resign from his post.
Well, as far as this particular verdict is concerned, yes, it is a definite setback for the Chief Minister there, especially with respect to the moral grounds in which he could actually continue his position as the Chief Minister of the state is also something that needs to be closely watched at this point in time. Like you already mentioned, yes, the BJP has been relentlessly protesting ever since these allegations surfaced, and also continues to demand the resignation of the Chief Minister right now. However, the Congress leaders have been standing in support of the CM, claiming time and again that the CM's post is not vacant, even though they have expressed interest in getting onto the CM's throne at any given point in time. However, the Congress leaders as well as the Chief Minister have said that they would be discussing with the legal experts in terms of reading the entire order, and only then will the Chief Minister react to this. He has also said that he will not hinder with any kind of investigation, but will also be looking at the legal aspects of this investigation.
All right.
Then proceed with this. The legal recourse are also some of the options that will be discussed, whether or not the Congress would now be looking at knocking the doors of the Supreme Court, and the complainants in the meantime have also said that they would be fighting this there. So on one hand you have the political fallout of this, on the other you also have the legal options that will be explored by the Congress. Back to you.
All right. Pratibha, also, you know, what the Karnataka High Court has said today, these are some very strong observations that have been made, and you've been covering the proceedings of the court also. For the benefit of our viewers, take us through what the court has said. Because as the Congress party has been saying that the Karnataka governor, in the claims and the allegations that have been made by the Karnataka Congress also, that the governor did not act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. He should have dismissed the case. He should not have granted sanction for prosecution of Chief Minister. But the court clearly said it was an exceptional case, and the Karnataka governor was clearly not at fault.
Well, as far as the case that was heard at the High Court, there were 6 sittings of it, and throughout there were arguments that were presented. Now, the counsel representing the Chief Minister did maintain that the governor, while sitting on several of those permission for prosecution orders against the opposition leaders, but worked at breakneck speed when it came to this particular prosecution against the Chief Minister. The second point raised was that they did not really pay heed to the cabinet's advice, nor to the Chief Minister's reply. There was no application of mind. However, when you look at the observations that have been made by the court today, the judge did mention that there was application of mind that was provided in abundance by the governor, number one. Number two, he did also mention that the governor can act according to his own discretion when it comes to ordering or giving the green light as far as the permission for prosecution is concerned. And number three would be the jurisdictional courts, that is, we are talking of the People's Representatives Court. They would now be proceeding with the several cases as well as the investigation that are pending before them as far as the Muda case and the allegations against the CM are concerned.
All right. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for getting us all those details there. Well, that's the latest coming in, all from the court on the Chief Minister's plea, the verdict that has been delivered by the Karnataka High Court, and what is the plan of action that the Congress is going to take. That is something that is going to be revealed in some time from now. However, what we're learning at this point in time is that the discussions are taking place and the Karnataka government, the Karnataka Congress at this point in time is mulling options. Well, we'll get you more on that in just a bit. Meanwhile, shifting our focus now, this news is from Tamil Nadu amid speculations over Stalin's son Udayanidi's elevation. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has dropped a big hint. MK Stalin has said there is going to be a change in the state cabinet. There will be a change in cabinet, but there won't be any disappointment. This is the statement made by Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. Listen in.
சார் ரொம்ப நாளாவே இந்த அமைச்சரவை மாற்றம் அப்புறம் அமைச்சர் உதயநிதி அவர்களுக்கு துணை முதலமைச்சர் பதவி அப்படிலாம் இருக்கு. நீங்களும் விரைவில் சொன்னதை செய்வோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு பதில்.
ஏமாற்றம் இருக்காது. மாற்றம் இருக்கும்.
All right, that's the big news that we're tracking at this point in time. We'll be getting more on that in just a bit. It's only a matter of time that Udayanidi's elevation takes place, but now Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has dropped another big hint saying that there is going to be a change in the cabinet and there won't be any disappointments. What does he really mean by that? Is this in connection with the speculations over Udayanidi's elevation? Well, many believe this is, of course, in relation with that, but we do understand at this point in time there are speculations and no decision so far has been taken as per the information coming out. All right, we'll be getting you more on that in just a bit. We're shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking at this point in time. In the Thane molestation horror case, the sex assault accused was shot dead and the SIT has begun its probe into the accused death. There is also a huge political storm over the accused death. The Maharashtra opposition has said that there is a conspiracy involved in this. The governor, however, on the other hand, has said that the accused died in retaliation.
कायदा कहता है उसकी कस्टडी होना चाहिए, उसकी मालूमात होना चाहिए, कोर्ट में जाना चाहिए और उसका रिजल्ट जो न्यायालय देगा उसी तरीके से उसको सज़ा होना चाहिए. लेकिन कल देखे जाए तो वो जो गाड़ी में बैठा है उसने पुलिस का रिवॉल्वर छीना है. इसमें पुलिस भी थोड़ी कमियां उनकी दिखने में आई. उसने जब पुलिसों के ऊपर रिवॉल्वर तानी और गोली चलाई तो उसने उसका जो रिप्लाई जिसको बोलते हैं तो वो करने के डिफेंस में उन्होंने जो फायर किया उसमें उसकी मौत हो गई.
And shifting our focus back to Tamil Nadu, there are speculations over Udayanidi's elevation, and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin has dropped a big hint saying that there is going to be a change in the cabinet and there won't be any disappointment. Let's first listen into his statement.
சார் ரொம்ப நாளாவே இந்த அமைச்சரவை மாற்றம் அப்புறம் அமைச்சர் உதயநிதி அவர்களுக்கு துணை முதலமைச்சர் பதவி அப்படிலாம் இருக்கு. நீங்களும் விரைவில் சொன்னதை செய்வோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு பதில்.
ஏமாற்றம் இருக்காது, மாற்றம் இருக்கும்.
All right, my colleague Sam is also now joining us on the broadcast. He's getting us more on that. Big hint by Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin here, Sam. It's only a matter of time, we believe, that Udayanidhi's elevation takes place.
It appears to be so, Kitty, because this is the third such strong tacit word of confirmation, in a sense, by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin about his son being made his deputy in the cabinet. The first time before he left for the US, the second on his return, and now for the third time. For a specific question this morning, he has said there would be a change in the cabinet, there will be no disappointment. And the strategy by the Chief Minister and the ruling DMK appears to be to keep spreading or sharing such speculation and to let this speculation get stronger and then cite that as a key reason, citing that there is overwhelming demand from the party to elevate his son as his deputy and then do it so that there will be no criticism. It will appear democratic. In terms of Udayanidhi, he is an actor turned first-time MLA who was made the sports minister a year ago. And to his credit, the ruling DMK cites his contribution to host the Chess Olympiad in Chennai successfully at a very short notice. Secondly, as the sports minister, he had brought the Asian hockey tournament to Chennai, the beach volleyball games, and the more recent Formula 4 night street racing to Chennai. And in terms of his political contribution, they attribute the party's clean sweep in the 2019 and 2024 Lok Sabha elections, how he campaigned across Tamil Nadu. And they say his elevation, his recognition is important politically because the party needs a younger face, they believe, to take on actor Vijay, who has a huge cult fan following and is all set to make his political debut in the 2026 Assembly elections. For that, they need Udayanidhi, and for that they say his elevation is required. But in terms of criticism, many say he is very young and he would be superseding many senior ministers who have worked with his father M.K. Stalin, his grandfather Karunanidhi, and how would they take it? Will it lead to some element of discontentment? So far, no one has officially murmured or expressed criticism, but the larger opposition's criticism is that this will lead to family politics and dynastic politics. It may not be suitable or agreeable in a mature democracy to have
Yes, that's the charge that's been leveled by the opposition here. But
DMK
yes, as we've been talking about it, it's only a matter of time. How soon that happens, of course, that remains to be seen. There are huge speculations regarding this. But yes, of course, there is no official confirmation yet. We'll be waiting for that. Thank you so much, Sam, for getting us all those details there. We're shifting our focus now to some more news that we're tracking, and it's Setback to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Karnataka High Court today dismissed his petition challenging the governor's approval for investigation against him in the Muda land site allotment case. The Karnataka High Court in its order said that the governor was not bound by cabinet advice in this case, and the court has also ruled that the governor's August 16th order to grant sanction for filing of cases against Siddaramaiah does not suffer from lack of application of mind. Well, the BJP has now said that the chief minister must resign on moral grounds and a probe must take place by the CBI. All right, Karnataka Minister Santosh Lad also joins us on the broadcast here. Thank you so much, Mr. Lad, for speaking to NDTV. Well, it's a setback definitely for the Karnataka Chief Minister. The prosecution will begin immediately and the BJP is saying now he must resign on moral grounds. Will he?
Yeah, there are two, three things. One is there is what do you mean by setback? I really don't understand. But yes, going back to what you said, more than the prosecution, it's an inquiry. If I can reiterate whatever I could read through the judgment, even though I have not completely gone through, it says more of an inquiry, not the prosecution. And when it comes to morality, which BJP is asking to resign, so my fundamental question would be, when the Supreme Court told that the whole electoral bond issue was unconstitutional, where they have amassed around about 8,500 crores, the money was bought into, invested in form of bonds, and where it was given to all the political parties, and majorly 60% of the money was given to BJP. At that time, where was the morality? Why did not people resign there?
So you're saying that the Karnataka Chief Minister is not going to resign. But what the BJP also says, that the Congress party must at least apologize to the governor's office because there was enough pressure made by Karnataka government on the governor.
Hey, there are certain reasons. I'll give examples. Obviously, since it was a more a political-led case, because there were already so many files which he was holding it, why did not he give prosecution for? Still, our question remains the same. Why did not he act on the case which he was holding on a case of where Lokayukta charge sheet was made against Mr. Kumaraswamy, who is now the present minister in the ruling government in center? Along with that, there were other 3 files which were pending with him for prosecution. He never acted upon it. So, in what way we are wrong?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Lad, for speaking to NDTV and sharing your views there. Well, that much time we had on this broadcast. We'll be getting you more on this big story that we're tracking at this point in time. It's time for a quick break here. We'll be right back.
ग्रीन फ्यूचर, नेट जीरो, ये कोई फैंसी वर्ड्स नहीं है। ये भारत की जरूरत है, ये भारत का कमिटमेंट है, भारत के हर राज्य सरकार का कमिटमेंट है।
The UP government is standing firm to help India keep and meet this commitment. With its immense potential in the ever-growing energy sector, the growth engine of India, UP is now ready to entice investors at the biggest sourcing show of the state, UP ITS 2024.
सितंबर 2024 में भी एक इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड शो का आयोजन फिर से हम लोग ग्रेटर नोएडा में आयोजित करने जा रहे हैं।
UPPCL and UP NIDA are together constructing and operating the pavilion this year with an area of 10 by 10 meters, specially focusing on the energy sector of UP.
अरे अनूप सो नहीं, अनूप सो नहीं।
सावधान, सतर्क। यस बॉस। तुम दोनों के होते हुए अनूप सो नहीं सकता। क्यों?
क्योंकि अनूप ने सारी सिक्योरिटी की जिम्मेवारी खुद पे ले रखी है।
अनूप को चाहिए अपने घर पे सिक्योर आई माइक एनेबल्ड सीसीटीवी।
सिक्योर आई सीसीटीवी कैमरा एंड सिक्योरिटी सॉल्यूशन।
भक्तों की सुनकर पुकार आ रहे हैं प्रभु श्री राम। देखिए रामायण बहुत जल्द सिर्फ शेमारू टीवी पर।
सरकार वोकल फॉर लोकल पर काफी जोर दे रही है। आपको तो पता ही है।
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। आज ही जाइए पैसाबाजार.com पर और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत किसी को भी कभी भी पड़ सकती है।
चल एक्टिंग थोड़ा भेल बनो।
पैसाबाजार.com।
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show. Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक करें फ्री में पैसाबाजार.com पर। लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
ठीक से एक्टिंग नहीं।
पैसाबाजार.com।
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code, and driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. "10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead. From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show. Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking.
Let's get to the very latest in regard to this is the Karnataka High Court that has dismissed the plea of Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, and Siddaramaiah has gone on to say that he will not hesitate to investigate. He has also gone on to say that he will decide on the outline of the legal fight as far as the case is concerned, and it is Siddaramaiah who has gone on to say that he is being targeted, and the reason that he is being targeted is because of his fight for social justice. He's gone on to say that truth will finally win this fight, the fight against this is revenge politics of the BJP, while he continues to believe in law as well as the constitution, and he's confident that the truth will be out. So to get more on this, we have my colleague Pratibha joining us. Pratibha, get us the reaction of Siddaramaiah, who's gone on to say that he does believe in the law and the constitution, and he is very confident that the truth will prevail.
Well, in fact, this is a stand that he's been maintaining ever since the Muda allegations came out, and here he has gone on to mention that he would be discussing with the legal experts, reading the entire order copy, and then he would plan his legal recourse. What we hear so far is that there could be an option of knocking the doors of the Supreme Court to fight this, but before that, the Chief Minister did mention that this is nothing but political conspiracy and a plot that has been hatched by both the Narendra Modi government as well as the JDS here, both of them trying to see how they could destabilize this government, especially considering the fact that the Congress has been winning with its guarantee schemes and has also secured 136 seats, which is a sweeping majority as far as the recent assembly election in Karnataka is concerned. And that has been one of the point of contention for the opposition leaders, and that is precisely why they have been talking about these Muda allegations. It's a stand that the Chief Minister has maintained. However, what we also hear is that at 3 p.m. there would be a press conference that will be held by the Chief Minister as well as the senior leaders of the Congress party today, where all eyes are on the kind of legal recourse that or the options that they would be trying out and what would be their strategy. And also in terms of the investigation that has been lined up ever since the verdict that has come out, how he would be cooperating with the investigation is also something that needs to be closely watched.
Right, and he has, of course, gone on to say he's not just confident that truth will prevail. He has also gone on to say that he will not hinder the investigation. He will consult with experts whether such an investigation is allowed under law or not, while saying that he has full faith in the law and also that the people of the state are behind him. Pratibha.
That's right. He has also gone on to say that he is a pro-poor politician, and that in his 40 years of political career, he has managed to retain that reputation of having built and introduced a lot of schemes that have helped the poor, and that is precisely what has irked the opposition leaders who have gone on to bring about these kind of allegations, which are baseless, is also something that he has maintained. He has said that he wouldn't be hindering with the investigation, but at the same time has pointed out that he would be looking at whether these kind of investigations can really proceed according to the law or not. Now, the legal experts, along with them, the kind of discussions that he would be holding, number one, is whether the investigation can be fought or not. And number two, what kind of legal options that he could be trying out. And number three would be whether this would affect his continuance as the Chief Minister or not. These are the three things that the Congress has been trying to work out. In fact, all the senior leaders have been huddled in a meeting at his residence. In a couple of minutes from now, we will be waiting to hear from the Chief Minister himself, who is all set to address the media.
Right. He's also gone on to say the same leaders who are asking for his resignation are the ones who have opposed the schemes implemented by him. He's gone on to say that the Muda scam is nothing but a sham. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for getting us those details. And let's get some international news now. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said in a video message on Monday that Israel's war is not with you, it's with Hezbollah, as Israeli airstrikes killed more than 270 people in Lebanon.
I have a message for the people of Lebanon. Israel's war is not with you, it's with Hezbollah. For too long, Hezbollah has been using you as human shields. It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons. Now, starting this morning, the IDF has warned you to get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
And Lebanon's Hezbollah launched over 100 rockets across a wider and deeper area of northern Israel, with some landing near the city of Haifa, as the sides appear to be spiraling towards an all-out war following months of escalating tensions. The rocket barrage overnight sent thousands of people scrambling into shelters. The Israeli military has said that rockets have been fired towards civilian areas, pointing to a possible escalation after previous barrages had mainly been aimed at military targets. The Israeli military said on Monday that an alleged attacker attempted to stab a soldier in an army base in central Israel. According to an army statement, the suspect was neutralized by an army worker from the base. The army carries out nearly daily raids into Palestinian communities in the West Bank that it says are aimed at dismantling militant groups and preventing such attacks. In camps in Dar al-Bala, thousands of displaced Palestinians wait every day for the arrival of food and water. Most of it comes through aid deliveries, which have been trickling into Gaza over recent months. Families often have to wait for hours, queuing for water and fighting, as arguments often break out when scarcity as far as food is concerned arrives. The food is very scarce, and the conflict has left 90% of Palestinians in Gaza displaced. According to figures from the United Nations, most have congregated in camps. Palestinians' medical officials say that Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip have killed 8 Palestinians, including 5 children, on Monday. A mother and her 4 children, aged 4 to 8, were killed when a strike hit a home near the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in Dar al-Bala. A girl and her parents were killed in another strike on a school sheltering displaced people in central part of Gaza. The girl's two siblings were wounded. Israel has struck several such schools turned shelters. Thousands took to the streets of Tel Aviv demanding the Israeli government reach a deal to secure the release of the hostages held captive by militants in Gaza. Protesters could be seen lighting flares and holding signs during the demonstration. Militants are still holding around 100 captives, a third of whom are believed to be dead, after releasing most of the rest during a ceasefire that took place last year. Israel's retaliatory offensive has killed over 41,000 Palestinians in the territory since the October 7th, according to Gaza's health ministry. A funeral was held in the southern part of the Lebanese border town of Mas al-Jabal with hundreds of people in attendance for 7 people killed in an Israeli strike in Beirut. Among them, 3 women and 2 girls. The Israeli strike in that crowded suburban southern part of the Lebanese capital killed several members of Hezbollah, including the head of its elite Radwan forces. Ibrahim Akil and civilians were among the dozens that were killed. The coffins were brought in, 5 draped in Lebanese flag and 2 in the flags of Hezbollah's Imam Mahdi scouts. An official funeral was held in Baghdad for a leader in the Iranian-backed Iraqi militia. We're talking about Khatib Hezbollah, whom the group said was killed by an Israeli strike in Syria. An official with an Iraqi militia confirmed that a car carrying a group of militia members was struck in Damascus, killing 1 person and injuring 3 others. On a trip to Kiev, the European Commission President has pledged to lend Ukraine up to 35 billion euros or $39 billion as part of a loan package organized by the G7 as it seeks to help the country rebuild its economy and its war-shattered power grid.
I am happy to announce that today the Commission has adopted proposals that will enable the European Union to lend 35 billion euros from the G7 pledge. This is a huge step forward. We are now confident that we can deliver this loan to Ukraine very quickly. A loan that is backed by the windfall profits from immobilized Russian assets. So crucially, this loan will flow straight into your national budget. This will improve Ukraine's macro-financial stability, and it will provide you with significant and much-needed fiscal space. We help you repair the damages done by the Russian strikes. We will aim to restore 2.5 gigawatts of capacity this winter. That is approximately 15% of your country's needs for this winter. Then we connect the second element. We will keep connecting Ukraine to the European electricity grid. Thus, we can export 2 gigawatts of electricity to Ukraine. This covers roughly 12% of the country's need for the winter. So with these 2 pillars, repair and connect, we can cover over 25% of Ukraine's needs for this winter. And this is in addition to Ukraine's own production.
35 мільярдів можна буде витрачати на передусім на енергетику, на захист, також на бомбосховище для дітей в школах, в садочках, в університетах. Це великий для нас дефіцит. І на зброю вітчизняного виробництва передусім. Дрони і ракети, наші дрони далекобійні сьогодні вражають ворога, і вони дешевші, ніж наших партнерів, але ми вдячні партнерам за ту якісну зброю, яку вони запроваджують. І тому частину цих коштів ми готові витрачати на передусім на протиповітряну оборону, яка виробляється не в нашій державі. А ми вже плані так. Ми в ньому живемо і поруч. У нас ніколи не було Бо план А був, щоб не допустити повномасштабних вторгнень. План А був посилити Україну зброєю і превентивно санкціонувати Російську Федерацію, щоб вона боялась навіть думки про повномасштабне вторгнення. Тому ми вже в цьому плані і в ньому існуємо і живемо.
And protesters gathered in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev in a show of solidarity for the plight of the Ukrainian defenders still being held prisoner as far as Russia is concerned. So those prisoners that are being held by Russians, the former Azov prisoners of war attended the rally and thanked Ukrainians for their ongoing show of solidarity for the soldiers. Ukrainian military veterans were among those who took part in a charity run in Kiev. The date, as far as till date, over 3 lakh people have received disability status in Ukraine due to 2 years of war. People ran with their pets and baby strollers, while some with wheelchairs and prosthetics. Japan said it strongly protested Moscow after a Russian aircraft violated the northern Japanese airspace in 3 instances on Monday, causing its air force to scramble fighter jets to send warnings, including the use of flares for the very first time. Japanese Defense Minister said that the Russian plane breached Japan's airspace just off the coast of the country's northernmost main island of Hokkaido for up to a minute in 3 instances during its 5-year. This is a 5-hour flight in the area. A day after a joint fleet of the Chinese and the Russian warships that sail around the Japanese northern coast. Afghan women leaders on Monday gathered at the United Nations asking the world to do more for women and girls in the face of Taliban oppression. Joined by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and Oscar award-winning actor and activist Meryl Streep, who described the story of Afghanistan as a cautionary tale for the rest of the world.
The women and girls of Afghanistan face a deep crisis of gender-based discrimination and oppression. The new law, enacted last month, formalized the systematic erasure of women and girls from public life. Afghan women and girls are largely confined to their homes, with no freedom of movement and almost no access to education or work. Extreme gender-based discrimination is not only a systematic abuse of women and girls and the violation of human rights conventions and laws. It is a self-harm on a national scale. It completely undermines the de facto authority's stated objective of economic self-reliance. Educating girls is one of the fastest ways to kickstart economic development and improve the health, well-being and prosperity of communities and the entire societies.
The way that this culture, this society has been upended is a cautionary tale for the rest of the world. In the 70s, most of the civil servants were women, over half the teachers, doctors. There were women jurists, lawyers, in every profession. And then the world upended. And today, in Kabul, a female cat has more freedoms than a woman. A cat may go sit on her front stoop and feel the sun on her face. She may chase a squirrel into the park. A squirrel has more rights than a girl in Afghanistan today because the public parks have been closed to women and girls by the Taliban. A bird may sing in Kabul, but a girl may not, and a woman may not in public. This is extraordinary. This is a suppression of the natural law.
At least 6 people were reported missing after heavy rain pounded Japan's north-central region of Noto, triggering landslides and floods and leaving 1 person dead in a region still recovering from a deadly earthquake that took place on the 1st of January. Obesity is holding steady in the United States, affecting about 4 people in 10 Americans overall. But the proportion of those with severe obesity, especially women, is climbing according to a new government research. The US Center for Disease Control and Prevention released its findings on Tuesday from a 2021 to 2023 health survey that calculates obesity prevalence based on a measure of height and weight. It includes about 6,000 people, and the latest survey found that the United States obesity rate was about 40% down from about 42% recorded in 2017 to 2020. More than 9%, or nearly 1 in 10 of those surveyed reported severe obesity, slightly higher than the previous study, and women were nearly twice as likely as men to report severe obesity, according to the survey. The drop in the overall obesity rate was not considered statistically significant, but the numbers are small enough that there's mathematical chance that they didn't truly decline. Alec Baldwin has urged a New Mexico judge to stand by her decision to scuttle his trial and dismiss an involuntary manslaughter charge against the actor in the fatal shooting of a cinematographer on the set of a Western movie, Rust. The state district court dismissed the case against Baldwin halfway through a trial in July based on the withholding of evidence by police and prosecutors from the defense in 2021 as far as the shooting of Haryana Hutchins on the set of the film Rust. The charge against Baldwin was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can't be revived once any appeal of the decision are exhausted. Special prosecutor recently asked the judge to reconsider, arguing that there were insufficient facts and that Baldwin's due process rights had not been violated. Baldwin has gone on to say that he pulled back the hammer but not the trigger, and that the revolver went ahead and fired. The tragic story of NFL star Aaron Hernandez is heading to the television. Now, American sports story Aaron Hernandez revolves around once a rising football star. He was found guilty of murdering a friend and sentenced to life in prison. He was later charged in a separate incident of the double homicide of 2 people, but was acquitted by a jury. Days later, Hernandez died by suicide in his jail cell at the age of 27.
Great, boys. Who's got it better than us? Blue tight 35 lead, killed a trio, tough 64 snake on 1. Ready? Right! Right! I got 2, right! Right! Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51! Hey! Ooh! I'm in here. Hey, kill! Hey, tap 5-3, tap 5-3!
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं, ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है। बस एक्टिंग करा लो इनसे। पैसाबाजार.com, क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक, आदत अच्छी है।
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of maximum city is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital, Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps.
And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Election sunrises on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं, ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। आज ही जाइए पैसाबाजार.com पर और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत किसी को भी कभी भी पड़ सकती है।
चल एक्टिंग थोड़ा भेल बनो।
पैसाबाजार.com।
New day, new show, a new experience. Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life. News that informs and keeps you ahead.
From maximum city, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of maximum city is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Election sunrise is on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival. An election that will go down in the history. Watch the most comprehensive, the most nuanced, and the most power-packed coverage only on NDTV.
New day, new show, a new experience. Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life.
News that informs and keeps you ahead.
From maximum city, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi,
NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of maximum city is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Rawat. Coming up ahead, massive setback for Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah after his prosecution is granted by the High Court. We'll get you all reactions to that. BJP calling for his resignation. Also coming up ahead, the latest in the Mollywood Me Too case. Let's take a look at the headlines. In a setback to Karnataka Chief Minister, the Karnataka High Court has dismissed his challenge to the governor's decision to sanction his prosecution in the alleged Muda land scam case. Siddaramaiah hits out at revenge politics as the truth will emerge, as the BJP says he must resign and calls for a CBI probe. In Kerala, actor MLA Mukesh is arrested in an alleged rape case after SIT questioning in the Me Too allegations. He will be let off after medicals, while a lookout notice has been issued for another accused actor, Siddiq. A political storm over the death of the Badlapur rape accused in police custody. The opposition in Maharashtra cries conspiracy, while the government defends itself, says the accused died in cop retaliation after he tried to snatch a gun. Aditya Thackeray says, was it an encounter or murder? The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister hints at a cabinet reshuffle. This, as speculation is rife over his son Udayanidi's elevation. Will his son finally be made the Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister? Our top story now, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah facing prosecution in connection with the alleged Mysuru land scam case, underlined his confidence in the judicial system and said, I believe in the law and the constitution, the truth will finally win. The Congress veteran also slammed the revenge politics of Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led BJP central government. So a massive setback to the Chief Minister after the Karnataka High Court dismissed his petition challenging the governor's approval for investigation against him in the Muda land site allotment case. In its order, the High Court said the governor was not bound by cabinet advice in this case. The BJP, latching on to this verdict, has called for Siddaramaiah's resignation and also added that the CBI must probe the case.
I demand Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji to resign from the post of Chief Minister immediately without any further delay.
My Chief Minister has not done anything wrong. He is not involved with any scam. It is a political conspiracy by the BJP to all of us, to all the opposition leaders in the country. This is what is going on.
This is a huge scam, and without political influence or the people who are in power, without their interference, it can't happen.
The governor very clearly has overstepped his legal ambit, and he's done these things. So, and we see this as a standard operating procedure. We see this as a playbook. What is happening in what happened in Jharkhand, what happened in Delhi. We're seeing that in Karnataka as well.
Anti-corruption movement has got a very big boost, and I'm sure the judge has travelled quite far into various judgments throughout this country to come to this conclusion. It's a fantastic order, and we were prepared for it. That is our argument also. Undisputable facts were there.
All right, and we are expecting the Chief Minister to address a press conference shortly. But moving on for the moment, actor MLA Mukesh in Kerala has been arrested in an alleged rape case. The special investigation team that has been probing the complaints against Malayalam film industry personalities in the wake of the Hema Committee report arrested the actor legislator in the case that was registered against him by the Kochi City Police. Also, a developing story is the Kerala Police to arrest another actor who's been facing allegations, actor Siddiq. The police are currently searching for Siddiq's whereabouts, and a lookout circular has been issued against him. Now, as far as the actor MLA Mukesh goes, he will be let off after a medical test is done. Earlier, we spoke to Ishika for more.
MLA Mukesh, in fact, who was being interrogated today by the SIT in Kochi. He was, in fact, arrested by the police, and currently what we are getting to know that his medical examination was being done. And, you know, it is likely that since he has already gotten anticipatory bail from the Ernakulam Principal Session Court, he will be released soon. But certainly the police, in fact, for a long time, they were planning to summon him for interrogation. And one of the conditions of the bail, you know, that was granted to him by the Ernakulam Principal Session Court had in fact clearly mentioned that he has to appear before the investigating officer for investigation, as in for interrogation, for questioning. And that is why, in fact, you know, he had to appear today. And after that, the police first detained him, then arrested him. But he's likely to be released soon as well, since he has already gotten bail. Now, on the other hand, if we talk about actor Siddique, against whom the rape charges were filed. In fact, today it was a big setback for him since, since he got his anticipatory bail plea was dismissed by the Kerala High Court. Now, sources do tell us that he is in fact planning to approach, going to approach the Supreme Court. The order copy from the High Court has also now come out.
Now, news from Tamil Nadu, where Chief Minister Stalin has indicated that Sports Minister Udayanithi Stalin and his son will be elevated as Deputy Chief Minister, and also hinted at a cabinet reshuffle. Remember, there has been speculation about Udayanithi's elevation, and now the Chief Minister Stalin, they're dropping a big hint saying there will be change in the cabinet and no one will be disappointed.
சார் ரொம்ப நாளாவே இந்த அமைச்சரவை மாற்றம் அப்புறம் அமைச்சர் உதயநிதி அவருக்கு துணை முதலமைச்சர் பதவி அப்படிலாம் இருக்கு. நீங்களும் விரைவில் சொன்னதை செய்வோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. அதுக்கு ஒரு பதில்
ஏமாற்றம் இருக்காது, மாற்றம் இருக்கும்.
News now from Maharashtra, where a massive controversy is broken out over the death of the Badlapur rape accused in police custody. The 23-year-old man accused of raping 2 nursery school girls in a school in Maharashtra's Badlapur in Thane was shot dead by cops yesterday after he reportedly snatched a constable's gun and fired at a police officer. But the opposition has hit out over this version that has been put out by the police and questioned it, asking whether the accused was murdered to protect powerful BJP leaders who are said to be connected to the school where this alleged rape took place.
जस्टिस मिलना जरूरी था और जस्टिस मिलने के बाद फांसी देना जरूरी था, लेकिन जो भी कल घटना घड़ी है उसमें काफी सारे प्रश्न हैं. पहला प्रश्न यही है कि क्या आपटे को बचाने के लिए ये एनकाउंटर या खून या जो भी हो वो हुआ है. दूसरी चीज सबसे अहम यही होती है कि जो आंदोलन करते थे, जिन्होंने जिस बात के खिलाफ आंदोलन किया, 7 दिन तक एफआईआर नहीं ली गई थी, वो जो आंदोलन किया उनके खिलाफ जो केसेस दर्ज हुए हैं वो केसेस के पीछे लिए जाएंगे, केसेस विड्रॉ किए जाएंगे.
कायदा कहता है उसकी कस्टडी होना चाहिए, उसकी मालूमात होना चाहिए, कोर्ट में जाना चाहिए और उसका रिजल्ट जो न्यायालय देगा उसी तरीके से उसको सजा होना चाहिए. लेकिन कल देखे जाए तो वो जो गाड़ी में बैठा है उसने पुलिस का रिवॉल्वर छीना है. इसमें पुलिस भी थोड़ी कमियां उनकी दिखने में आई. उसने जब पुलिसों के ऊपर रिवॉल्वर तानी और गोली चलाई तो उसने उसका जो रिप्लाई जिसको बोलते हैं तो वो करने के डिफेंस में उन्होंने जो फायर किया उसमें उसकी मौत हो गई.
Death of Akshay Shinde in alleged retaliatory firing. He was of course an accused in the Badlapur sexual assault case. This has obviously led to a political slugfest of sorts. We did hear reactions from both the opposition as well as the ruling party, while the ruling party Mahayuti continues to maintain that this was an act of self-defense as far as the police is concerned. The opposition leaving no stone unturned in attacking the state government, saying that this was done deliberately to protect some of the higher-ups and powerful people, including the trustees of that particular school who are currently absconding. They were also named as accused, but they are absconding. In order to protect them, this shootout happened is something that the opposition has been maintaining, and they've also called for a judicial probe as far as the entire investigations into the death of Akshay Shinde is concerned. Of course, they maintain that this happened at 6 p.m. yesterday. Initially, it was Akshay who snatched the gun and attacked one of the police officials. He was hurt in his thigh, and later another cop, in fact, fired back at him, after which, of course, Akshay succumbed to his injuries. Now, an SIT has been formed by the state government. They are looking into it. They are investigating all the details with respect to the case. Forensic team was at the spot in the morning. All the police officials who were there at the spot also being questioned. Post-mortem will also be conducted, so there will be more clarity post the post-mortem as well. Investigations being looked into all angles is something that the police officials are telling, but judicial probe is something that the opposition is demanding. And very interestingly, Bombay High Court had taken suo motu cognizance as far as this entire Badlapur case, sexual assault case of the toddlers are concerned. So there is a possibility that High Court may take cognizance of the death of the accused in the case as well. October 1 is when Bombay High Court will be hearing the other matter, and there is a possibility court could take cognizance and may perhaps order judicial inquiry into the death of Akshay Shinde, who was the prime accused as far as this serious case is concerned.
Well, that time for us to slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, divisions in the Congress in Haryana ahead of assembly elections. We'll get to the details.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक करें फ्री में पैसाबाजार.com पर। लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है।
ठीक से एक्टिंग नहीं।
पैसाबाजार.com।
New day, new show, a new experience.
Start your day with the news, not views.
We bring you stories that matter
and impact your life. News that informs and keeps you ahead.
From Maximum City, Mumbai,
to the seat of power, Delhi, NDTV brings you the best breakfast show.
Breakfast news on NDTV, 8 a.m. every day.
Stay informed and entertained with the new and updated NDTV News app. You can watch all our channels live, listen to podcasts, read breaking and exclusive news from around the world and more. Download the NDTV app today and get access to the best journalism and storytelling on your smartphone or tablet. The NDTV app. News that matters to you.
लोन मिलेगा या नहीं ये आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर पे डिपेंड करता है। तो आज ही पैसाबाजार.com पर जाइए और अपना क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक कीजिए फ्री में, क्योंकि लोन की जरूरत कभी भी किसी को भी पड़ सकती है। बस एक्टिंग करा लो इनसे। पैसाबाजार.com, क्रेडिट स्कोर चेक, आदत अच्छी है।
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. One day this lecture hall will be made of code. And driverless cars would be trapped in intersections. But even in this maze of the future, you can't wish away health. It's time to become more resilient. 10 years of Banega Swasth India, we have grown and achieved so many milestones. And now I have a plan to beat the urgency, to stop breathing with difficulty, to relieve getting choked with inactivity. Energize our government, our environment, our society, and ourselves. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Banega Swasth India. One world hygiene.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital, Mumbai. India's IT capital is always buzz. It's literally a city that never sleeps. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
Election sunrises on the proverbial paradise. Jammu and Kashmir gets set to vote in assembly elections after a gap of 10 years.
For the BJP, it's a referendum on Article 370. For the Congress and regional parties, it's a battle for survival.
Welcome back. News now of Haryana campaigning and the Congress party division there, the absence of Kumari Selja, AICC General Secretary and MP from Sirsa, from campaigning has brought the Haryana Congress divisions out in the open. In an interview to NDTV, the Congress Dalit face in Haryana admitted that there were problems. This after her rival, Bhupinder Huda, was given the lion's share in the ticket distribution. The BJP too has been taking advantage of this rift with pot shots, as Randeep Surjewala has said that anyone can become the Chief Minister among the various top leaders.
देखिए, ऐसा है, कौन मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा हर आदमी की आकांक्षा है। शैलजा जी भी बनना चाहेंगे, क्यों नहीं, मेरी बड़ी बहन है। चौधरी भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा जी भी बनना चाहेंगे। हम तीनों के अलावा कोई और साथी का भी राइट हो सकता है, और आप प्रजातंत्र है ना। आखिर में ये निर्णय राहुल गांधी जी और खड़गे साहब करते हैं। जो वो निर्णय करेंगे वो हम सबको स्वीकार्य होगा।
सर, लगातार कांग्रेस की तरफ से बयान आ रहे हैं शैलजा को लेकर कि चुनाव है, इसलिए भाजपा शैलजा जी के समर्थन में है, केवल चुनावी मुद्दा है। शैलजा कांग्रेस की थी, कांग्रेस की रहेंगी।
देखिए, ये उनके घर की दुविधा है, उनको सफाई देनी पड़ रही है। क्यों देनी पड़ रही है? इसका कुछ कारण होगा ना। आखिर तो और किसी के बारे में सफाई नहीं देनी पड़ रही, उनको इनके बारे में सफाई देनी पड़ रही है। इसका मतलब आप समझ सकते हैं कि अंदर क्या पक रहा है।
This year in West Bengal, many are worried about the Durga Puja economy and muted celebrations due to the double whammy of floods in the state and the recent month-long protests over the RG Kaur rape and murder of a junior doctor. A muted Durga Puja will spell financial loss for many in the state who wait for the annual celebrations.
Preparations are underway for Bengal's biggest festival, the Durga Puja. According to a British Council study titled Mapping the Creative Economy Around the Durga Puja, the creative economy of Durga Puja was at 32,000 crores for the year 2019 and contributed 2.58% of the GDP of West Bengal in the financial year 2019-2020. Experts estimate that the Durga Puja economy is now at around 50,000 crore, or around 4.6% of the economy of Bengal. But this year, many are worried about the impact on the Durga Puja economy due to the devastating flood right ahead of pujas and calls for a muted Durga Puja by some amidst protests over the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital rape case. Economy watchers are expecting some recovery in the last week before Durga Puja, with turnout at malls improving on Sunday.
So this is not only a festival, this is the income of a major people, the major section of the Bengal. Actually, Kolkata Durga Puja is the biggest, the creative economy of the Bengal. Yeah, it's true that whatever happened regarding the Ajikar, this is very, very shameful. And initially, that creates some impact on the market for the corporates.
If the puja economy takes a hit, the poorest strata of society will take the biggest hit.
বান এসে হাজির হয়ে গেল। বান এসে আমাদের একে একে প্রোগ্রামও হচ্ছিল, মানে ডাকাডাকিও হচ্ছিল, মানে অনেক কিছু বাজনার এসেও ছিল। তার মধ্যেই সব এইরকম বন্যায় সব ধুয়ে নিয়ে যেতে একে একে ক্যান্সেল হয়ে যাচ্ছে। দেখো দিদি ভাই, কি মাস্টার পাচ্ছি না, এইরকম আমাদের এখানে খুব বান হয়েছে, এবছর পুজো হবে কি না হবে সেইটাই সিদ্ধান্ত নিতে পারছি না।
कि people say कि बंगाल की इकोनॉमी तो भगवान चलाता है, but actually true, देवी की वंदना and the pujas themselves drive. I think the class that will be economically affected will be the unorganized trade.
The ruling Trinamool Congress says there is a conspiracy to target Bengal economically, whether it's flood relief or calls for a muted Durga Puja celebrations.
I think it's very unfortunate that by those who are trying to get a political benefit out of this by instigating others not to celebrate puja will actually have an impact on those millions of people who are part of this creative economy and who actually earn their livelihoods from this puja.
This is Goriahat, one of the major Durga Puja shopping hubs, and it's just a week to go before Mahalaya, the official beginning of Durga Puja. But the crowds are definitely less when compared to previous years. The hope is that puja spending and shopping will pick up in the coming week and lead to a spike in sales and footfalls, leading to recovery for Bengal's Durga Puja economy. With camera person GD Shankar in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
International news now. An Israeli airstrikes targeting Hezbollah killed hundreds in Lebanon, which is still reeling from last week's explosions of the Lebanese group's communication devices. Monday was the deadliest day of Israeli attacks in the country since Israel's 2006 war with Hezbollah. And listen in to what Netanyahu had to say.
I have a message for the people of Lebanon. Israel's war is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. For too long, Hezbollah has been using you as human shields. It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons.
Some sports news. In chess, India dominated the tournament in both sections and made history by claiming its first ever gold medal. The Indian contingent also bagged individual medals for their performance, so a rare double gold at the 2024 event.
Avantika, you have created history. Congratulations and thank you for being with us on NDTV. How does it feel?
Thank you so much for having me here. I just feel so happy. When we won the medal, we were on top of the world. We didn't know how to even express ourselves, winning double gold, and for the first time, for the last 100 years, India hasn't even won like a gold, and last time it was a bronze and now it's a gold, and that too double gold. I mean, we are just so proud to be playing for India and winning gold.
All right, Avantika, did you expect something like this? I mean, of course, you were with all of your friends winning this medal, and we can see the celebrations also on the dais. So did you expect something like this? What was the conversation among all of you before and after?
Yeah, so before, like, once we won the medal, everyone was, I think we had planned this, that when we win the medal, we'll go for this dance, we'll have celebrations, we'll make reels, we'll go for some dinner and all. And I think before the tournament also, we were the first seeds. So it was kind of expected that we should win a medal. And of course, there was high pressure playing on the top board all the games. And especially after the match with the Poland, we were in 2 points lead. So, but after the match with Poland, it was an unfortunate loss for us. And then we had to play against USA, and then again we were in a tough situation there. So on board 2 and 4, a draw had happened, and on board 1, Vaishali had lost. So like, and then I was the only one playing, and all the pressure was on me that I have to somehow win to save India. Yes. And then I thought that, okay, I have to give all my best, like play my best chess of my life there.
And you did.
Yes. And that was a crucial
Avantika, I mean, whoever has read about this historic win knows that you pretty much saved the day. How does it feel? Because, you know, when we look at 21-year-olds, whether it's in any sphere of work or sport or whatever, the pressure is immense. So what would you like to tell viewers who are watching you? You're just 21 years old. You've been a part of Indian chess history. You're an icon in a certain sense, a youth icon. How do you deal with that kind of pressure? Does it help you perform better, or does it diminish performance? How does it actually work when you're there in the thick of it?
Yeah, I mean, there was, of course, a lot of pressure from the starting till the end, but I was not thinking about anything. I was thinking, I'm playing for India. I mean, there are so many people watching, they are fans, so many, they want me to play well. And I was like, I have to play well, there's no other choice. Yes. I have to just give my all, play the best chess of my life, whatever, and then there's no choice. Like, everything would work out if I give my best.
Okay, what's next?
All right, so big chess champion there, but let's now go across to all the big political story, and the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, they're addressing a press conference after the massive setback that he received today. Let's listen in.
MLCಗಳು, ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದವ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕು.
requested the MLAs, MLCs and the media friends to stay inside and has requested the others to remain outside.
ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಾನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಂತ
Asking everybody if they are all ready.
ರಿಟ್ ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶರು
I had
ಇವತ್ತು
filed a writ petition.
ಆದೇಶವನ್ನ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು
The High
ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು
Court has delivered its verdict today.
ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಂಥ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ.
The governor had issued the green light for the prosecution. I had contended that.
ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ನಡೆದು, ಪರ ವಿರೋಧವಾದಂಥ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ನಡೆದು,
The arguments were presented
ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು
from
ನಾನು
both
ಕೂಡ
sides.
ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಪೂರ್ಣ
I have seen the
Judgement
order
ಅನ್ನ
through the media.
ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಪೂರ್ಣ
I haven't been
ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್
able to
ಓದಿದ
read the entire order copy. Once I read the
ಪೂರ್ಣ
entire order,
ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ.
I will give you my entire statement.
ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ದೂರುದಾರರ ದೂರಿನ ಮೇಲೆ 17A 218 BNSS
The governor
ಹೊಸ
has
criminal procedure code.
acted based on section 17A with respect to a private complaint.
19 PC Act.
Also, the
ಅದರ
19th
ಮೇಲೆ
PC
ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್
Act was
ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ
considered.
ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು.
The complainant had asked for sanction based on these two sections.
ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟು 17Aಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ.
However, the High Court has considered 17A
218 ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 218 BNSS ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 19C
but has decided to do away with section 218 of the BNSS as well as the 19C of the PC Act.
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದೂರದಾರರು ಕೇಳಿರೋದು 19C.
The court had rejected these two.
ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರೇ ತಿರಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ 218 BNSS ನ್ಯೂ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಭಾರತೀಯ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಂಹಿತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ತಿರಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I repeat, the order is.
He repeats the fact that the court has rejected the sections 19C of the PC Act
and not an order granting sanction to 18 of BNSS. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ 218 BNSS ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಿರಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 17A
along with 2 and 8 of the BNSS.
ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
But this has been taken into account with respect to the section 17A.
It's not a prosecution. Investigation.
This is not a prosecution.
Under section 17A of the PC Act.
The court has allowed investigation.
ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕಾನೂನು ತಜ್ಞರ ಜೊತೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
I will discuss with the legal experts and decide my line of fight.
ಮುಂದಿನ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
I will let you know
ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ
the next steps once I discuss with the legal experts.
PCC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕಾನೂನು ತಜ್ಞರ ಜೊತೆ ಕೂಡ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Apart from the legal experts, he will also be having a discussion with the senior Congress leaders.
ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರಸಿಗೆ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ನಾನು.
He will not bow down to the political conspiracies that are being played out by the BJP as well as the JDS.
ದುರ್ಬಳಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ.
The governor's office has been misused here.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತು
People of the state will always stand by me, is what he has said. Their blessings are always with him.
ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, MLAಗಳು, ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮುಖಂಡರುಗಳು,
the deputy chief minister,
ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್,
senior leaders of the party, the workers of the party,
ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ
including the high command,
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
all of them
ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಹೋರಾಟ
stand by me.
ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್. ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಯವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ
led by Mr Narendra Modi.
ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಡು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿರೋಧ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾವೆ
has
ಎಲ್ಲ
been
ಕಡೆ
playing revenge politics of sorts.
ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ, ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಮತ್ತೆ
Not just here, but
ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ
through the entire nation.
ಮೇಲೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. 2008ರಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, 2018ರಲ್ಲೂ
They haven't got the majority to win the election here.
ಹೀನಾಯವಾಗಿ ಸೋತಿದೆ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಚುನಾವಣೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ
That has been the case in the recent assembly election as well as the Lok Sabha election.
ಹಿಂಬಾಗಲಿನಿಂದ, ಹಣಬಲದಿಂದ, ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಕಮಲ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ
They have always come to power using the back door, using the power of money.
They never came to power on the mandate of the people of Karnataka, both BJP and JDS. ನಾವು 136 ಗೆದ್ದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಳೆದ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ
Once the Congress won 136 seats in the recent assembly election in Karnataka,
ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು MLAಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ MLAಗಳು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ
BJP failed in its attempt to use the power of money to ensure the MLAs could jump from one party to the other.
ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಡವರ ಪರವಾದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ವಿರೋಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಿಂದೇನು ವಿರೋಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 2018ರಿಂದ 13ರಿಂದ
18 Since then they have been opposing several of the schemes that were introduced to benefit the poor.
ಅನ್ನಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಕ್ಷೀರಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಕ್ಷೀರಧಾರೆ, ಇಂದಿರಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೀನು, ಖುಷಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಮೈತ್ರಿ, ಮನಸ್ವಿನಿ,
the Shira Bhagya, the Indira
ಭಾಗ್ಯ,
Canteen,
ಶಾದಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಪಶು ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲನೂ
the
ವಿರೋಧ.
Shadi Bhagya.
ಈಗಲೂ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಗೃಹಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ,
They did not spare even one
ಅನ್ನ
scheme.
ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಯುವ ನಿಧಿ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ವಿರೋಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
The free electricity, the
ಅವರು
Yuva Nidhi scheme, as
ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ
well as
ನ್ಯಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು
the food
ಬಡವರಿಗೆ
scheme.
ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ.
The BJP has always been against
ಹೇಗಾದರೂ
the
ಮಾಡಿ
poor.
ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕಪ್ಪು ಮಸಿಯನ್ನು ಬಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅವರ ದುರಾಲೋಚನೆ.
Their thought is always, or their intention has always been to destabilize our government.
ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೂರ ಓದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಓದಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ.
I will give you a detailed reaction once I read the entire order copy.
ಕಾಪಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಓದಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾಳ್ರಿ.
I have received the copy, but I haven't been able to read it.
ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನ ಮಾತು. ಸೊ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ
The way the BJP has been acting
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ
through the entire nation, they have been trying to do the same in Karnataka as well.
ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಹೆಸರು ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಂಚುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
They've been attempting to tarnish
Both
the image of our
BJP
government.
and JDS. Both BJP and JDS. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಈ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆದೇಶ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೊದಲನೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ
This is my first reaction once the order has been pronounced by the court.
ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. See, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ today the High Court passed an order I have seen the orders through the media. I am yet to go through the judgment of the Honorable High Court. After going through the judgment, I will react to the judgment both legally and politically. The complainants who made a complaint before the Honorable Governor that they made a complaint under Section 17A of the PC Act and 19 PC Act and also 218 of BNSS, old Criminal Procedure Code. New Procedure Code BNSS. The Honorable High Court said inquiry may be conducted under Section 17A of the PC Act. And they rejected another prayer made by the complainant that prosecution is to be sanctioned under Section 218 and 19 PC Act. 19 PC Act has been rejected by the Honorable Governor before he gives the order. The High Court held that the prosecution under 218 is totally rejected. In the words of the court, you can read. And you may, court orders. Court orders. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the order is read to be restrictive to an approval under Section 17A of the Act and not an order granting Section 218 of BNSS. Shall I repeat again? You got it? ಕೇಳಪ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಾಗ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಇರು ಕೇಳುವೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನೀನು ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳೋಣ so after go through the judgment I will discuss with the legal experts and also with my cabinet colleagues and party and also with the High Command. What action to be taken legally to be spelled out. So BJP is trying to dislodge our government through money power and also through Operation Kamala, but they could not succeed. I'm not afraid of the conspiracy hatched out by both BJP and JDS because people of Karnataka are with our party, are with me, and also with our government. After whatever futile exercise they made to dislodge our government, it is not possible for them. See, they were succeeded in 2018 or 19. In 2008 also they were succeeded because the people of Karnataka gave, they are given mandate, absolute majority to Congress party. 136 MLAs we got. So BJP is always against social justice and programs of the poor people of the society because they opposed in our previous regime all our pro-poor programs, welfare measures that we have undertook. Now also they are opposing all 5 guarantees. All flagship programs. Because they basically, BJP and JDS are against social justice and programs of the poor people. It is not only they have tried in Karnataka, in the entire country, wherever governments of opposition party is there in power, they try to dislodge such governments, and they have succeeded in sending some chief ministers to prison. So it is not possible in Karnataka because people are standing with us like a rock, and also with me, all our cabinet colleagues, all our leaders, all our workers, and also party, MLAs, MLCs, and High Command, MPs and High Command. So these are the first reaction today, and my colleagues are here. Please, you can ask questions. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಇದು ತೃಪ್ತಿ ತಂದಿದೆಯಾ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ತಂದಿಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಗವರ್ನರ್ನ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದನ್ನ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅವರು 19 PC ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು 218 ಮತ್ತು 17A ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು 17A ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 218 PC ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ it's not a question of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. It's a legal fight. I will